Merry Christmas everybody and welcome to my Christmas special. We are going on a worldwide tour, well not really, we're going on a bit of a tour, international tour we should say. We are starting off on a runway at 3:01 in the morning, which is incorrect. I think that's Greenwich Mean Time. We're in Nansasuwak in Greenland, because we all know Santa lives in Greenland. We're taking off, heading in a direction. Do we have a compass in this bad boy? Probably we do. Oh yeah, we do, over right in front of me actually. We're heading slightly east, northeast-ish, sort of. And we're taking off. It's just past midnight local time and we are heading to Oslo. But more on that in a second once we're airborne. Which we are getting now. We've got lift, we are climbing. And if I remember correctly, then one of these buttons here puts in the wheels. I have to just quickly cheat here and use the exterior view to see. No, I got it right the first time round. Trust yourself, you got this. I can just click it here and we're now back on board the cockpit. So we then got, what's going on? Oh, we got ice detected. Shit, what's the de-ice? I remember this. I've done this before. Anti-ice. On, how do I need to activate the de-icer. Oh, I'll click that there. So that there, now we've got de-icers activated. Right, what's the speed currently doing? But I can't see a bloody thing. How high are we? We're currently at 4,000, whatever this is, feet. Shit, yeah, this is a problem. We've started at night, which means I have no idea how far up in the sky this is. Come on, we're just going to climb, and we're going to try and flatten it out a bit now. We're actually climbing quite a lot. Don't know why we are going like pretty much just vertical. Let's try and steady on here. Can we see anything outside? And no, we can't. We can see absolutely fuck all, but that's okay. We will try and gain control. Oh god, no, we're going down. We don't want to go down. We need to stay high. It's an airplane. They're meant to go high. I also need to recalibrate my... There we go. Yeah, I need to recalibrate my track IR for this because I need to be looking down a bit more than I'm looking forward. And I don't know why this aircraft wants to fly up high, but I know that there's a button that engages the cruise... No, not cruise control, but the navigation. Is it this button here? That thing here will, I think... Is it then approach hold? No. Is it then this? Autopilot might... Yeah, let's just put that one there. Then it'll just fly itself, I think. We also need to open up the views, go into instrument panel, go to the GPS, that way we can see where we're going. We're going not in any direction that we want to go in. Can we zoom out? Because we're going quite far, as I already mentioned. We're going towards Oslo, and we are currently in Greenland. The plane is to do a hop here from Greenland to Oslo, then to Denmark, obviously, then to Berlin, Frankfurt, then Basel Airport, then Napoli, and then Athens. But I have got zero clue whatsoever if it's going to work. Also, I need to probably turn off the cruise control. Why is it beeping at me? Anything? No warnings, no nothing. So let's trace it out. We've got control of the aircraft now. So if we just turn it in this direction, so we are pointing at the heading we want to be going in, which we can see here. Stop. Okay, now we want to bank out. Now we're banking too much. Here. Let's try and level it out. Okay, I can see sky up ahead. That's great. I like to see that. Oh, I can see that it's sort of like a little levelator there in the front, isn't it? Okay, Christ, why are we climbing so much? The plane does have a sort of... is this that button here? Flight director, no. Don't interfere with me, plane. I'm the pilot. Unless I tell you to do so, of course. Then we level, where do we level? We level here, right. So this is about level, and then we do autopilot, and then this is heading, hold switch, yeah. Could you just, why are we going down? I need you to hold the altitude. Is that, what is this? Yaw damper, I don't know, is this the one? Flight director on switch. Why are you doing this? I just want a fucking cruise control or an autopilot. Just do a thing where you hold me in the direction and in the altitude that I want you to go in, and we will all be happy. So I've got the course set here. Right, okay, no, that's not the right one. It's very confusing, this. So yeah, we're going from Bukka to Bukka to Engatukaja. It's all very simple, really. No messages. I couldn't read. Why are we climbing? And oh god, I've got beepers going up as well. It's all gone wrong. We're now at 17,000 feet. Can we get the thing up here to hold this, please? So you are a altitude. Ah, there we go. Altitude hold switch. Can we then get you to do a not pitch around side to side as well? Heading. Is this it? So can we then do it once we turn it like sort of here-ish, right? And we sort of do this. I mean, this is basically golden now. Heading needs to be changed. Speed heading is this one. We do need to turn it around because we're now heading more northeast. Oh god, overspeed. Speed off. Sorry. Didn't know we could do that. Why are we overspeeding? I have... Stop telling me I'm overspeeding. I'm not giving any throttle. Thank you. So that's something we need to watch. Where is the speed being read at? I thought that was the one on the left, but I can see it there on the sat-nav, the Garmin. We just need to bring it over, sort of trying to line it up there. I probably need to do loads of like things with the computer and that, but I haven't bothered to sort of configure it, which probably is what I should have done. So if we do this here, right, we're now doing this. We will do altitude hold and heading hold, and we're going broadly in the right direction, which means that first of all I need to do something else here first before I continue talking, which means I won't forget this, which is a smart thing for me to not forget. Why are we going in that direction? Can we change the way heading? Is this some sort of knob that I twiddle? And then it sort of... No, I need you to turn the other way, mate. What is this? Why are you not wanting me to go in the direction that I want to go in? This is plainly rubbish. Can you please turn around? Okay, I can see that down there. So I think I may have sorted it out now. If this sort of begins to turn around in the other direction, we will be good. Will it turn? I think it's turning. We're going in the right direction. Okay, just 1 second for me now. Right, we can talk a bit about what we're actually doing today. This is mostly just sort of like a podcasty, me just talking kind of thing with a game in the background for those who want that. Otherwise, you're free to just listen to this and do whatever you want. I'm perfectly fine with that. You just go and knock yourself out. We need to quickly twiddle this knob more. Wait, hang on, this here just changes the direction, right? Why is it now not doing that thing? Okay, now it's moving back. I need to... No. On with that. On with that, I said. Then we need to try and turn it. We need to be far more eastern. We actually need it to be slightly more than eastern. I'm beginning to work this out. I need to shit what is the... There we go. There's the pause track IR that we need right now. So we need it to be slightly a bit more eastish, about there, I reckon. And then that'll be good. So yeah, welcome aboard the flight. We are flying somewhere over Greenland. We've just left Narsarsuaq Airport in Greenland, heading towards Oslo. We may be going via Iceland, perhaps over the Faroe Islands and Shetland, I believe. That may be the route we're taking. I'm not 100% sure, but maybe. We're going, as I said, to those locations earlier on. We are in a Bombardier LearJet flying and delivering presents from Santa because he needs some help this year. There's been a lot of nice children in the world this year and they all deserve presents, so we're trying to help out here with our little private jet, flying them to the places where they want to go. I need to tweak the heading just a wee bit. No, hello, it's hello. No, I'm trying to... Why are you now being a prick at me again? Right, disengage this. So how is... Oh no, because I need to click it, right, yeah, there we go. So I need to tweak it just a wee bit more. We're heading in the right direction. We've got the altitude. What is the altitude thing? Can we tweak that a bit more so it's going up? How do we see if we are no, that might be going down. So we just need to try and hold, because we're actually dropping in altitude quite a lot. And so if we change that here, I don't know what it's currently set at. Currently set, oh, we can see that here, altitude hold, selector, let's try and do 14,500 feet. And That sounds about right for what I have planned. And our cruising speed is dropping slightly. So if we increase this here, we do... Okay, can we do this here? And what does that happen now? So it's holding cruise speed. But this is... Okay, so does that come up here as with another button? Vertical speed. No, we don't want that. We want... do we? Speed hold. Speed hold selector 0 knots. Okay, no, we need a lot more than that. Speed hold selector. We need a lot of knots on this bad boy. We need... see, we're losing a lot of speed right now. There we go. Will this hopefully go up now in speed? Because otherwise we're going to crash into the ground at some point, because I know airplanes need speed in order to fly. There we go. See, now we're going up. Don't know if it was because I twiddled my knob here. I don't know, but I think all of that has been set up now, so really there's no point in me being here. I could literally just let the game do its own thing, and that'll be perfectly fine. I can go ahead and pop this back on, although technically we don't really need it right now, but that's okay. I'll just use this over here to monitor with the ground speed. I'll monitor with the heading. Hang on, can we actually see? Actually, if I get rid of the nav, because we're going in the right direction broadly, I'll check in on that a bit later on. Instrument panel, GPS here, there we go. See, this is far more immersive. Do we have speed? Do we have anything? Oh, we've got aileron, we've got rudders, we've got flaps, they're all up. They're meant to be up, aren't they? We got fuel, we got loads of that. Any airspeed indicators? Is this not the airspeed indicator over here? I think that is. Let's bring up the sat nav once more so we can just verify if it is. We're going 360. No, we're going 364. That one's not showing that. So where would we see that? Moreover, we're going to get in towards... is that indicating that? Okay, pause this again, track IR. What does the speed meter say up here? Come on, where are you? You're meant to just register my mouse being near it. Jesse, now we've got overspeed again. Okay, I think it's actually registering my input here, so let's try and ease off the throttle. And it'll take a wee while. Yes, yes, stop moaning, aircraft. See, yep, there we go. So, this should now... Is this gonna kick in? Stop beeping at me! I'm in control! Thank you. So we'll try and monitor that. Can we see 391.90 anywhere on this display? I'm now just looking about here using my... hat thing on my joystick, which I have. I do have a joystick because I thought flying would be something I'd enjoy, but it turns out it's not really my cup of tea, which is weird. I'm doing this right, but I thought I'd give it a proper go. I haven't really given it a proper go. I've just, taken off in an aircraft before, and then I sort of didn't have anything to do. Like, I don't know what you do, which I know is a weird thing for me to say, somebody who enjoys playing quite weird simulators. But I just don't really understand this and what it's about. I mean, I know we're in the air now, but what am I supposed to do now? Now I'm just sort of sitting here. Oh God, I've just done something and I don't know what it is. Okay, we need to bring this up again here, the instrument panel. Bring it up here, just making sure we're not dropping too much in speed. What is this saying? Okay, we need this to say a bit more actually, because if it's going off of that, we need it to sit at around... 74, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, this is sort of good. Look, 386 knots. Okay, it's now increasing its speed, so it's definitely going off of that. So maybe that is indicated, or a different one, to try and reduce this a bit. You need to slow down. I've told you to slow down. Did I touch this thing here? We're really overspeeding now. Okay, I've removed all engine inputs. Let's get rid of the speed one as well, just to get it slowed down a bit now. Please stop. Please drop speed. We don't want the airplane to explode in a massive fireball. Altitude-wise, what are we doing there? Oh, we don't have that on this, do we? No, we don't, but we are now not overspeeding anymore. We can then try and reinitiate this speed one. I'm going to ignore that one, actually. I'm just going to try and manage that with my little flippy thing. So once we get that a sort of decent one, do we really not have anything indicated on here? I'm guessing we do actually. If we... Hang on, can we just turn this one a bit over here? Yeah, we go back onto... why is this not working now? Well, there we go. So there it is. We can sort of see it on the thingy over here. So we're holding out the altitude, we are holding out the heading, and now we're at the speed. So which speed is this? This is 369. We can go up a bit, can't we? Oh, you're going down. You need to go up. 325. Maybe one is ground speed and one is air speed. This might be ground speed, and that might be airspeed. That's why I'm getting confused. Right, so this thing is basically completely... No, it's not. Heading needs to be tweaked a bit. We need to tweak the heading just a wee bit more over there, and then we can close this one down, and we won't need that for a very long time now. So, Merry Christmas. As I said, we're doing a helping job here with Santa. Hope you enjoyed. You can watch this while you do all of your Christmassy preparations or whatever you're doing today. That's why this video is going up a bit early. Also, it's going to be quite long. I don't know if I'm going to show all of it unedited, but I do have quite a lot of snacks with me today. I've got some Christmas cookies in a little thing, and then in like a Tupperware container that isn't Tupperware, but we all know what Tupperware is, so it's easy for me to say. I've got some more with some chocolate, and I've got water. I've even got 2 cans of soft drink. I might treat myself to the second one depending on how long this takes, but as we saw with the sat nav, which again I'm going to bring up here, GPS, the first hop is going to take us, does it show how long it takes? The estimated time, that one down here is at the end point, is 4 hours from right now, so we will be at the location at 08:17. I believe that's local. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing that is local. That does make sense. That's what I planned for. Basically, I'm trying to time our arrival in Norway with the sunrise because I think it might be a bit pretty. The clock you're seeing down here is currently on Greenwich Mean Time. If we dig that, there we go. We're now on local, where it's now 1:17. Oh, pardon me. Oh dear, I've just had lunch. I decided to try and record this after lunch. It's just a bit nicer to go into this on a full stomach, so all of those treats are for me later on today when I feel like I need a little bit of a pick-me-up. But it does look like we are broadly on course here. We know it'll be about 4 hours until we get to the first waypoint, which I really hope is going to not take as long as I think it will. Mostly because we have absolutely no sight outside. Also, mostly because I've got a lamp behind me, which I don't anymore. I can even close the curtain even though it's bloody dark outside. All the snow we had the last couple of days has disappeared. I mean, we can sort of see outside that it would be absolutely gorgeous if we could actually see where we are. But we can't, unfortunately. It's just not, visible because it's dark and that. This is Greenland. It's absolutely gorgeous, I've heard. Haven't been myself. Hope to go at some point because it should be beautiful, I've heard. And yeah. Merry Christmas, or, just if you're bored today and you don't celebrate Christmas, Merry whatever day, Saturday, I think it's good. No, it's Sunday. This is Sunday, right? The 24th is on a Sunday, and that's when we celebrate Christmas, everyone. So, yeah, Merry Christmas. I now, again, don't know what to do, because I'm flying here. I'm not doing any inputs. I'm just sort of trying to manage the outlook. We can perhaps speed it up a wee bit, right? We can just tweak it up a wee bit and then we'll all be happy and everything will be good at some point. We've got altitude there, a standby altitude altimeter. I'm guessing that one there is a backup, as is that one in case these fail. Again, I guess. Lights, oh, we got lights. A de-icer is currently on, they'll probably need to be on, otherwise you might plummet to the ground and that would hurt a lot. We don't want to do that. And we pressurization, let's not touch that. That's quite vital for the presence in the back. Electrical, heated seats, you got that anywhere? No, you don't. You've got reversion. What's this up here? Pointer? I'm not touching that. I don't know what a pointer is. So we're not going to go anywhere near that. What else can we do? Here we go. That's the throttle thing, right? That's the throttle thing that does the things. Flaps is there. That's all like clicky, clicky, clicky. And down here we've got, like, Texas Instruments calculator. Mayday, all of the days. Let's reduce speed then, please. Calm down, plane. Don't get angry with me. I'm trying my best here. Thank you. So we're verging on the limit of overspeeding. I need to remember to check the heading. Just so we don't end up heading in completely the wrong direction. Could happen, you never know. Can we check to see, without going into third person, whether we have the wheels up? Because if remember, I put them up, but I might have put them down again, and that might impede our fuel consumption and that. Although, we are consuming fuel over here, aren't we? Because, yeah, that is going down, and these are the fuel tanks. I don't know what the range is. I don't know how I get refueling working when I get to Norway. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do there, but I'm hoping I've got enough fuel to get to Norway. It'll be interesting, that's what I'm saying. Anyway, yeah, you mapped it there at the start of the video, so you will be able to see a sort of progress, and I'll try and update it along the way at certain points in the video, so you can sort of keep track of how far we've come overall, because right now there's very little to see. I mean, how much is 14,000 feet? I need to do a conversion here, so I'm going to go over in one ear. It's like one of them azimuth things, isn't it? Where it's like really sexy. Oh no, I need to be right up here and I need to be talking like this. And some people find that very sexy. Which is just a bit weird. I just think it's a bit odd to have somebody whisper in your ear a bit. It's just, you know, it's just a little sort of like, it's meant to be sexy, but it's like really breathy and moist air. It's not hot. What altitude? We're at, is it 1450? So I'll try and do that here on my tablet. 14,500 feet to meters. Let's see what you're telling me here. Google, you're telling me we're at 4,419 meters. That seems a bit low for an airplane. Are they not meant to be like 10,000 meters up or something? Because like the air's less dense up there. Yeah, we can go a bit high, can't we? So where's altitude? You are here. I should probably have checked the ceiling for this type of aircraft. We'll try and climb just a wee bit here to... How much is... Okay, we climbed with quite a lot there, so let's try and just go down here and just do 16,000. How much is that? Because I have no idea how much all of this is. Let's see here. That's 5,000 kilometers, or 5,000 meters, not 5,000 kilometers. We'd be in the fucking sun. Or probably not, because the sun is quite high up. Also, why didn't you put those bloody buttons that far away? What about, say, you know, like 17,000? I should probably look at what this plane's maximum altitude is, shouldn't I? I mean, it's not a lot here, but let's just check out here the Bombardier LearJet. I should have looked at this beforehand. Bombardier LearJet. So let's see what their altitude is. Business aircraft. You've got one hell of a business, don't you, if you can fly one of these things? Christ. Oh, God. There's so many LearJets available. Oh, no, we're into challenges. There's two. So, see details. I do need to see this. So, I can give you some information here on this aircraft. It's got a smooth ride. It stretches your legs with ease. Flat out cabin. Leave no one behind. Fast but not thirsty. I do enjoy that. So, what do we have here? We've got 860 kilometers an hour top speed. That's fast. And we've got 3,815 kilometers of range. How far is it from Norway to Greenland, or from Greenland to Norway? Let's bring up this sat nav. It should give us some sort of okay, let's have a look here, because this might get critical at some point. Distance. We are well in the clear. See this? Well in the clear. Plenty of fuel, whatever you use. Probably not diesel, is it? But can we go in here? Oh, specifications probably. I'm just on the website, by the way. You can check along at home. Metric, thank you. Maximum range 3,800 kilometers. Oh, hang on. Yeah, we're well in range. Good, because both of those are operating. What about the maximum height? Maximum operating altitude is 15,000 meters. How much is that in feet? Because we can sort of do this here. That is 50. Oh, we can go high. Let's go high, shall we? Shall we go high? No, we need to go high by doing this here. There's no point in just sitting down here, is there? Well, we'll try and do a gradual climb, won't we? I'm guessing the air's thinner up high, so it's like better or something. I'm guessing that's how planes work. Like, you know, the higher is better for planes, because, you know, there's less oxygen to push through. It's much the problem with race cars. They're very low on the ground, we all know, so they'll struggle a bit. I do realise that I could probably have set this at dawn, but Greenland is about 4 hours ahead of Europe, about 3 hours behind Greenwich Mean Time, which is a problem, but we have to start where Santa lives, you know. He's able to like shuttle all of the presents down to Narsarsuaq, but obviously he has to, you know, make us do all the hard work. He can't just drop them off at like Luton Airport, for example. That wouldn't really work that well. So we have to fly this bait, and we're flying, certainly we are. Let's bring up the sat nav again. We can use this as a bait now to keep track of where we are, as long as we can see some land. Can we, how far out? We can't zoom out any further than we have done now. But there's no proper like air routing from Greenland. I couldn't do any of the call selection, where I went in and did one of those like high altitude or low altitude things. I just had to do a direct line GPS route, because apparently there's not really much air traffic around Greenland. So fair enough, we'll take it the way it is and continue on the way. We look good here. Oh dear, another thingy coming up in my throat. Where is the instrument panel? Get rid of that over here. So hope you're all well. Hope you're all ready to enjoy Christmas, or just a weekend if you don't celebrate Christmas. I did some videos last year for Christmas. I'll do a couple more this year, but it won't be quite as elaborate, I think. I mean, you can sort of see those clouds out there, though, can't you? What's this? Master caution light. What does that? That doesn't do anything. That's disappointing. Yeah, this is what I don't get. Now we're just flying. What do I do? What do I do? There's nothing for me to do right now. We're sort of levelling off here at 19,000, which means that we can go ahead and we can ascend a bit more. Just climb. We need to go to... We can go much higher than what we currently are. If I can actually just pause this so I can actually click on the thing. So we climb up here to about 30,000 feet. That's a fine cruising height if you ask me. We don't need to go any higher than that. We need to come down again at some point. It's just wasted energy. Although that depends of how much thinner the air is up there. Because that is definitely a thing that I know about. Air gets thinner at the top. How much is 30,000 feet? Is it a lot? Is it not a lot? I don't know. I mean, it's nearly twice, but I don't know how feet works. It's just weird. I'll just try and do this calculation. 33,000, that's 30,000 feet. 2 meters, please. Thank you. Feet to meters. Double T's. We're cruising at 9 kilometers. Just over 9 kilometers. That's a fine height, I would say, for any aircraft out there. Okay, we're rising quite a lot actually. We're not dropping in speed because we can just power on and climb, and that's perfectly okay. So we're going up and we're carrying on with plenty of Christmases in the back, with all of the Christmases in fact right now, giving loads of children a happy time. I'll go ahead and I'll turn off truck eye off and out because there's no point really having it on. We can see some clouds. We can see a mouse that just went away, and it's just all lovely and good and wonderful, and I worked out how the whole sat-nav thing works without looking at a manual, so how hard can it be to be a real pilot, I say. I've got to remember to turn that off when we get near the airport though. That is quite important. Yes, it is important. Anyway, I just had to clean my mouth there because I had quite a lot of thing in it. I don't want to say the word because it's, you know, a bit unhygienic. I'd also grab a drink just to keep my throat lubricated, because that is a problem when you talk quite a lot. That was good. Very good indeed. I hope you've had a good year as well. Of course, coming towards the end of it, it's been one hell of a weird year, hasn't it? Lots of things have gone on, and yeah, not as a lot of death this year, I think, as it was the last couple of years, so that's good. Progress in certain areas, that's for sure. So I hope you've had lots of joy and happiness in the year, and hope you'll have lots next year as well. It's Christmas, of course, so we need to try and be happy about that, even though it's in the middle of December for me right now. But this is going to take a while, so we'll just have to accept that that's the way things are. And is this the best flight simulator anyway these days? Is it not like... There's a couple more on there. There's like X-Plane, and there's the other one there that's meant to not be fun. I remember looking at that. There is a flight simulator that's not meant to be fun, which is a weird thing, but apparently it's like a professional tool that you're meant to use to like train pilots and that, and it's not meant for home consumption, which is a bit weird. Why would you do that and not sell it to one of the bigger markets out there? Anyway, I'll leave that behind for now. That's just me not understanding how certain gaming companies work. It does take a while to gain that altitude. I'm just trying to look at it. It's just a gentle incline. We don't want to upset the presents. It may be presents for your mother or something, and you know, you might want a vase or whatever, so that's okay. Can we turn off the de-ice? I don't want to turn off the de-ice, so that sounds like a dangerous thing to do when it's currently listed as minus 44 degrees outside. A crew alert system, right. That sounds a bit perilous, but whatever. I'm guessing that my input means absolutely nothing now, so it's okay for me to look around like this without interfering with anything. This is a monitor here. Oh god. Oh boy, this is very confused. Automatic direction finder. Transponder. I don't know what any of these does. Is that the squawk? What's any of this? I don't know. It's very weird planes. I mean, you need some instructions in that, but what's that? That's like half an hour with Keith in a shed somewhere. Easy to do. Easy peasy. Now, what's that thing here? Standby airspeed indicator. 300 and what knots? 326 knots. How are you getting that? Are we this times 100 what we've got here on the inside? That would make a lot of sense. So it's not superbly accurate. Oh, and we can see the upper limit there. So we can actually increase the speed a bit, but do we want to? I mean, yeah, we do. Speed hold selector. Yeah, that's about right, I think. So we're now increasing speed a bit, right? Why are we dropping in speed? That's. You want to tell me why we're dropping in speed? I meant to increase speed a bit. Are we maxed out now on the speed, or what's going on? I think we may have. It may start crying at me again, and if it does, I'll have to try and click a button pretty quickly. But we can try and follow each one here. We're now increasing in speed again. And we're still gaining altitude. That may be a problem with gaining speed, is that we are currently trying to also gain altitude. But we'll try and we'll work it out here. We're flying over Greenland still, I believe. That'll take us a wee while to clear this. And what do you do now when you play this? Do you have like a book or something else to do? I don't know. But we just stuck here in this a very low quality airplane. I don't know if this is meant to be a door or what that is, but oh dear. I'm guessing there are prettier airplanes out there, but you know, we'll make it work. We're flying at currently. Oh, hang on, I need to do this properly like an aircraft carrier, so I need to absolutely destroy it by twisting this knob here. Now we are oh Christ, have I tweaked the wrong knob here? Hang on, I need to see it. No, I tweaked the right knob, and this is about right. I was trying to make the audio peak, because whenever you're on an airline and they talk into that little microphone, it's also like way up here, and it's like all peaky and shit, and it sounds really horrible. That's what an airline pilot person sound like when they talk on a microphone, and you have to try and recreate that when you're recording a video like this. And yes, there's been lots of things happening in this in gaming, the loot boxes and all of that, but let's not talk about that. Let's try and look at some of the nice things that's happening in gaming. My summer car is brilliant, I found it this year, and I've been enjoying that tremendously. It's fantastic to play, loads of good fun, especially if you've got a wheel, pretty much if you have got a wheel I would say, and I do recommend it if you do. It's a bit weird, but you do tend to learn about cars and give you a bit of mechanical knowledge, which is very nice indeed. Certainly playing that just makes you go, okay, maybe I can actually, you know, fiddle with things in real life and it won't go horribly wrong. And it always feels manly when you're standing with a screwdriver or a spanner set trying to do something. I had a problem with the pedals I use for my driving games, and I had actually fixed it by taking it apart with spanners and everything, and it felt very cool. And WD-40 and everything, oh, it was like the manliest thing I have ever done. I very nearly made myself pregnant, that's how manly it was. And it was just nice. And, you know, I felt more confident doing it because of my summer car. So games are great for those things as well. I may not be able to take everything from it and implement it in real life, but certainly some of it I can. And it's just a lot of fun driving about in that little car, causing havoc and what else you can. I have had a guy hit an elk right in front of me. That is terrifying. Because I was trying to follow it. It was that little green old Vectra that listened to loud techno music. He was driving in front of me. I had a bit of a gap, but not as much as I would have liked, because it's a video game. Why would you? Certainly that type of video game there, which is a bit more based around tomfoolery. So I was not really keeping as bit of a safety gap as I should have. He hit a deer. I slammed on my brakes, and he carried on a bit further because he didn't really have the same reaction speed, or maybe just worse brakes than I did. Another point was where I came over a prow, at like 160 kilometers an hour, which is about 100 miles an hour. It's actually bang on 100 miles an hour, not about, exactly 100 miles an hour over this crest. And there was 2 deer lying across the roadway, and in the opposite lane there was a van parked sideways on, which obviously hit one of the deer. Now that just gives you about a millisecond to react, and I just managed to do an evasive manoeuvre, do that little Swedish elk test where I flicked the car to the right into the dirt, lifted off, drove past, dropped the speed down a bit, and then got back online. So that really does work. It's fantastic to try that, because that just keeps you in your mind, and also in real life if you drive about, that those things can happen, and why it is really dangerous to speed, even though I managed to save it going at 100 miles an hour. And also, talking about speed, the Grand Tour, although I need to say that there's only been one episode aired, that was the first one, for logical reasons, the one with Hammond's 17th crash by now. Like, he's crashed a lot, like a lot. I mean, it started off like way back. What was the first thing he crashed? Before the jet dragster even, he crashed the van. I think that may have been the first crash he had on camera, when they did the cheap van test where he drove. He actually bought the van from My Summer Car, didn't he? Or one very similar to it anyway, one of those little Japanese vans. And he flipped that coming into, was it the first corner on a short version of the test track they had at the time, where the stick was meant to pursue him in a police car, an old Astra police car. And he came in there, he wanted to do a Scandinavian flick, and he flipped over. And I don't think that was planned, given the way like the camera crew and everything reacted, because that didn't look planned at all. So that was the first one. He's obviously done the jet dragster. Then did he fall off a horse in, where was he fell off a horse as well? Because both him and James May has fallen off a horse. I think James May fall off a horse twice. No, I think definitely Hammond, he fell off a horse. Was that in Burma? I think that was it when they did the Burma special. He fell off a horse, where he injured himself a bit. James May, he fell off a horse. Was it when they did the Patagonia special? I think they may have been in Argentina, maybe in Chile at the time. Certainly he got injured there. And then of course he got injured in one of the Middle Eastern countries. I don't remember which one it was. It could have been Syria. Yeah, I'm guessing it was Syria that he got injured in, or maybe Jordan. No, I think it was Syria, where they had to tow one car out and he got hit by the tow rope because nobody thought, hey, sending someone to stand in the middle between two cars you're trying to tow might get them hit by a tow rope once it takes up the slack. No, let's not think about that. Anyway, it was Hammond that had another crash here. He also crashed in one of the specials they did for Top Gear. I think it was one of the Perfect Road Trip specials they did, which was the DVD only special, which has also been shown on television since. I saw it last year on BBC. There's an international BBC channel they have over here, which is quite nice. They got quite a lot of stuff. They've got Would I Lie to You, loads of decent stuff. They even got 8 out of 10 cats, which is a bit weird for a BBC channel, but whatever. They also show QI, which is really good, especially with Sandy at the helm. Anyway, Top Gear. Yeah, he crashed there. Was it a Corvette or a Ferrari he crashed? I don't remember. He's just had a lot of crashes, Hammond. Obviously the jet dragster being the biggest one. This most recent one in the Rimac was the second biggest one, and that was a big accident. And if you've seen that episode, it wasn't quite the way it happened as shown. They did a total of 5 runs up the mountain, and then at the end of the day they wanted an extra run. I think it was the director of photography or something like that wanted just one more run for a bit more footage. And apparently, according to Hammond, who's done an interview on YouTube about this, they were all pissed off like hell about that run. And he actually said to the photographer, or the director of the photography, that you do know that this is the one where we crash, right? And he was bloody pissed, and he did say afterwards that he did feel pretty poor about saying that to him, because he's just told him we're gonna crash on this one, and he then has a massive crash. Oh god, I've just killed myself. Just a second. Oh god, I've caused myself a massive spasm now. Oh god, I need to drink. Christ. I think we're back now. Just cleared me throat there of whatever the bloody hell happened there. Oh Christ, I need to twiddle a knob here just to make sure that we got audio going out. And I think we do. So yeah, the Richard Hammond crash. It was, well, quite a massive one. He literally flew off the side of a mountain. Course, I believe, has been determined as to be too much speed going into that. And I thought they handled it pretty decently on the show. There was no over-the-top dramatic stuff about it. It was quite authentic, I suppose. They just showed him go off. There was no overlay commentary or anything. They just showed him fly off the hill from that mobile phone footage that was available. With what I thought was really sobering, the audio from his microphone pack. He just manages to say, "I've crashed." He flew off the mountain, hear tumbling, hear him groan, and that's about it. He went around a house as well, I believe. Like the trajectory meant he sort of got thrown around by the ground around a house, which is quite interesting and very lucky for, I think, everybody involved. It would have ended very differently had he entered a house. He could have killed the people in the house, and he most likely would have been seriously injured. And then he came to a rest, and the car caught fire and continuously caught fire for a couple of days, apparently, because, you know, the battery cells kept going off one by one. Each individual cell in the battery caught fire. Really inconvenient. He was airlifted to hospital. They showed a long-range shot of him being carried to the ambulance, and yeah, I mean, he came out of this one quite alright, I think. It wasn't like he was massively killed or anything. He just got a bit of a broken leg, and, you know, pretty cheap escape, I would say. Got away with that one quite nicely. Car burnt out completely, complete write-off, and there's now one less remag if you bought one. Yours is just a bit more exclusive, and you got to feel a bit sorry for the poor bloke who bought that car, because that was a customer car he crashed. That wasn't like a press car or anything. They actually sold that car, and it was meant to go to a customer once they'd finished with it, which really sucks for that person. But I suppose he has been, you know, repaid whatever he put down for it. Or, you know, just told, yeah, too bad, you've got loads of money, why should I care? Let's do a progress though on our flight here, because I've been talking for a wee while. I don't know how close we are. We need to show the menu bar, and then we need to go in here into the GPS, and we are now over the sea. Oh, we need to change our course a bit because we are slightly off course. Is this the omni-bearing sector? I wonder what that is. That sounds cool. So we need to change it a bit to here about 108 degrees. And we are indeed tweaking our course here, so we sort of broadly... yeah, my throat's already starting to go, so that'll go completely wrong at some point. We'll just try and correct here. We are gaining some time, or we're gaining a lot of time actually on arrival. Oh, that's nice. So we're now... How are we gaining that much time? I have been recording for 43 minutes, and we have not travelled more than an hour. So we are catching up. We're catching up a lot. Maybe it's just because we've sped up a bit. Yeah, I think that might be it. Anyone else out here? Yeah, we're also getting altitude, which means we're also punching through the air, which helps. I think that's the thing. That really helps. I would also like to point out here that I believe this thing is telling us that we now have 500 nautical miles to this point. And I can't zoom out any further, and I don't know what we're going to hit, what the next land will be, but I will continue to check in on this as we move along. So let's get rid of that. Yeah, it just can't have been nice for Hammond's family. I think he's actually the only one of the three that are married. I don't know if... or not if, but if May has gotten married. I think he has a long-term girlfriend. But I know that Clarkson, he got divorced. But around the same time, I think, as he was let go from the BBC. It just makes you think whether or not those two things are connected. Anyway, I hope he's in a good place, personally. It's just, I mean, he's a bit of an arse, but who isn't at times? Anyway, oh my god, I need to get another drink here because I've been talking quite a lot now. Oh, there we go, that's nearly a glass of water drunk. And I've got, oh, I don't know how many I've probably got. Well, I can see now that I've pulled two. We can see here, I've got just about 2 glasses of water left, and that's not enough. I don't even think that'll get me to Oslo. Yeah, my throat is going completely. I'm hoping it won't completely go. Can I Oh, ho ho ho! We may want to speed it up here. I didn't know we could do this, but we're now doing this at double speed, which is, I think, fair enough given how far we're going. That just means that I need to pay a bit more attention to the heading so we don't go off completely. I wonder if there's a way for me to copy this information into the aircraft somehow, but you know, that's a bit too much work, and I might end up crashing into the ground even though we are several thousand meters into the air. We've got the clouds are down there. Hang on, if we're going this fast, that means that we are getting there before sunrise. That's annoying. I was hoping it to be really pretty, but we may actually beat the sunrise, not the sunset. We will definitely beat that. Yeah, this is a view of where we are. I don't know what this is. That is, oh, is that the direction? So we need to just set this at 93, right? This is useful. So if we set this at 93, this doesn't feel right. DTK, I don't know what that is, but if we set the heading here to 93, will we then be going in the right direction from our current position? Then we've got a distance. I don't want to know what that is. Is that cumulative if you've added in more points? I think it might be, but I haven't done that. So let's see here. Let's try and get this on course because we've actually veered quite a bit off course. See, we'll try and observe this here and try and get back on course for the time. Oh, whoopsies. Oh god, they paused the simulation. Let's not do that. Yeah, I had to run this in windowed mode. I can't actually run this in full screen and record it because my recording software just shit itself. It actually had a problem when I tested it out this morning where it kept rebooting over and over again because it crashed after a couple of attempts. So it just recorded like a tiny snippet of video, but the crash at the third time I tried to do it actually caused an error in the encoding, and the software crashes if it finds a file in the recording directory that it can't read the encoding of. So it was kind of fucked and I didn't know what to do, but I managed to sort it out, which I'm quite pleased about. Anyway, which heading do we have? We've got heading reference 93 or 93. 93, we're of course talking like a pilot. So we got to talk like a pilot because it's 93, 93, 93, 963, 656. That's how pilots talk. Okay, do we got the sunrise? No, we're far behind that, isn't it? Yeah, it is. You are still showing 1. That does look a bit like a 7 in my opinion. But this over here, what's this? Ah, this probably is the time spent flying. So that's quite nice. So we can then timer reset button. So that's a timer we've got running now, and we can reset that if we want to start a new timer. But that one's just going from when we took off. That's quite nice. That's another timer. Is that? Yeah, we've got another time. So we've got 2 timers. This is Greenwich Mean Time. This is local time, and then we've got 2 timers. Got it. We've settled at the altitude that we want it to be at, and we have reached cruising speed. I think we're golden now. We'll just try and pay attention here once we reach this. We'll try and correct the course once we are online. Hopefully this will all work out well. We haven't seen any warnings, nothing like that. What about fuel usage? It's dropping a bit. Is this cumulative? This might be cumulative, right? So we've got a total of 4,580 pounds of fuel. Don't know why you would measure that in pounds and not a voluminous amount. Also, left, right, front, probably fuselage. That would make sense. So that's in the actual fuselage, which is worrying. Anyway, I'm in the front. I wouldn't really be concerned about if they catch fire back there. I'll just carry on flying. And yeah, okay, look at how much we're gaining. Christ, we're just gaining on wherever we wanted to go, which is Oslo, of course. We actually speed it up a wee bit more. That way we are not, stuck here for all of eternity. Estimated time of arrival is... that is ETA. Yeah, that is 07:35 local time. And that will be in 2 hours and 39 minutes. So if we go into simulation rate and we can go up to 4 times speed, then this would be quite a lot better for us. Yeah, look at this, we're now flying rapidly through the sky, and this will help a lot. We're now over the... This is technically, it's not the Atlantic Ocean, is it? Don't think it is. I don't remember actually what this would be. I can look that up as well, can't I? Oh yes I can. Probably I should mention that I haven't really tried landing an aircraft in this. That seems like it's quite important. Can we go into maps, dear Google? Thank you. Why have you not registered my touch? Yeah, right. Yeah, I haven't tried landing at all in this aircraft. Maybe once. But other than that, not a lot. So where are we at now? We are quite far out, in fact. We are probably heading over... I'm guessing we would be somewhere over... Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know where we are, actually. We're quite far off the coast. Can we see? Oh, I think I know where we are. Yeah, we're just over some water and I don't know what it is. This might just be the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, this is just the Atlantic Ocean, North Atlantic Ocean in fact. And if we continue on this rate, we may just pass just north over Iceland, but we'll see when we get there. I think we need to try and correct the course a wee bit. Now, oh, hang on, that was speed. Need to do that down, that's altitude, that's heading. So let's try and change the heading. I maybe want to try and reduce our sim rate down here to regular speed, and then we want to try and correct here. What does the menu button here say? No, that's messages. That just says 93M, but that may just be... I don't know what this button does. I'm not going to press that again. I don't even know what that is. We just got to try and keep an eye here. Maybe give it a couple more notches on the heading. Over here, because that would be 90. That would be... If that's 120, 10, oh, that would be around 100 and something. We just tune this to about, hey, yeah, about 101. I think we should be okay. And then we will close this down again, instrument panel, close it down and go into simulation rate. 4 times speed, thank you kindly. We do want to go there a bit quicker, don't we? Ah, yeah, and once we pass Iceland, we will enter the Norwegian Sea, which is nice, I think. We've got lovely stars above. It's a wonderful time to be a pilot. Can we turn off the light? We've got reading. I guess pilots, they just sort of read when they fly because they've got lights up here. I suppose you can like browse the internet as well. I suppose you can't because you know you're in the air and that. But if you've got like an iPad or something, you could watch a film on it. That'd be nice. Be nice, wouldn't it? That'd be lovely. I'm guessing that's what I should be doing now. In fact, what I can do is I can have a Christmas cookie. Yeah, very good. Yeah, that is really good. I've just realised these are quite dry and they take a lot of chewing as a result, which is terrible for a video, but hey. Yeah, that is really, genuinely one of my favourites. That's a... I don't know what they're called in English, but they're called, they're sort of like vanilla circly things. They're delicious like you wouldn't believe. Oh, that was good with a bit of water as well on top, just to finish it all off. Something that isn't good, however, is nightmares. We all have them, right? I had one this night, which woke up. It was a weird one. I remember I was in my bathroom, I looked in the mirror, and despite the fact that I had shaved in the morning like I do every morning, I had like this massive beard. I don't like beards. I don't really, you know, I don't look good with beards, I think. So I don't really, you know, don't really do beards. I had this big beard and I began to cut it off, and then I was, you know, in bed and there was a cat. For some reason they jumped on my face and something bad happened. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't like the cat was bad or anything. It was just, I felt this really bad thing was happening, so I woke up, which was a weird nightmare because you wake up and you realise I've literally just had a lovely time with a cat playing on me in bed, which is a wonderful thing. Like it's the same like if you're in bed and there's like a dog that's like playing around a little bit, that's lying at your feet. I'm sure that's a lovely thing if you like dogs. So it was all like that, just with a cat. But I had this sense of like, ooh, something's bad, something bad, so I woke up. Another one I have actually involves aircraft, and it happens every couple of months, I think. There's a few variants. So basically, there is an air crash near me. A plane just crashes into the ground near me. The most recent one I had was where I lived a couple of years ago, where I was out walking with some family members, and we were walking about, and we hear a plane taking off. It sounded like a Spitfire. It sounded too loud to be a Spitfire. They're not really that loud. I mean, they're loud because they're an aircraft, but they're not massively loud, like an F-16, for example, where you need air protection. But it took off, and then it got off about 50 metres into the air, and then it sort of came round and crashed into the ground, sort of on the other side of the house I used to live in. It just exploded, and there was debris flying at us, and that was the thing. It wasn't the aircraft crashing that was the terrifying thing. It was the ultra, like, really real feeling of all of that debris coming flying at you. And that's horrifying, and just I remember having to watch the family member dodge around the debris, and I woke up, thankfully. That's horrible. Another one was where a Russian aircraft, don't know why it was Russian, crashed into a town that I used to live in. I was sort of at the end of a road I used to live on. I was looking about, I heard the aircraft coming in, looked up, and I saw this aircraft, like a Russian, like I sort of wanted to be a Russian version of the Vulcan. I don't know if it's actually been made. You know the British, the Avro Vulcan, which is a brilliant aircraft which sets off every car alarm and shatters every window whenever it decides to take off. Yeah, that was flying over, and it just sort of crashed into the ground. This one was quite far away, but presumably because it was a jet, it exploded in a massive fireball, and I could feel the heat, and it felt really real, and it was terrifying, and I woke up, thankfully. I get those every now and then. I don't know for the life of me what they mean. People say there's a meaning to like dreams and nightmares. I just can't work out what that one's meaning is, because it makes no sense. I'm not afraid of flying. I've flown I wouldn't say many times, but I've flown several times, and nothing bad has happened. Like, the worst thing that has happened to me regarding flying was going out of Nice Airport, where the security people at the X-ray machines, they were far too busy browsing the internet for telephones than they would be actually working. Genuinely, the security people that were manning the X-ray machines were looking online at their version of an online shop in France for a new telephone, not even paying attention to the X-ray machines. You could have walked through with like a bomb on you and they wouldn't have noticed, which seems like a minor oversight when you're running security at an airport, but I'm guessing the French have sort of caught up with that since then. I mean, that was way back in many years ago now. Oh god, when was that even? Was that around 2012, I think? That sounds about right. 2012, yeah. It probably was 2012 out of Nice. Lovely. It was bloody hot. It was like the hottest one in a couple of years I had down there. And it was near the water, so there was absolutely no respite at night from the warmth. And I actually felt poorly some of the days because it was so hot. Then there was another time we were away, it was like 43 degrees. And then there came a massive rain shower which basically flooded the whole area. And that's not far off the truth. It was one of the heaviest rain showers they'd had in quite a while, with lots of thunder. And the weirdest thing, we'd just been up into mountains, and we were driving back, and we just, as we drove back, we could just see like charcoal black skies, pretty much as dark as this, just with clouds. You could just see that wall coming near you. And then we went into like one of their hypermarchés they have in France, one of their hypermarkets. Went in there, came back out, and we could see we were just getting closer and closer. And then we got into a rental car, thankfully. As started driving, we could just see getting closer and closer. And then we got to this sort of like one of those big N roads they have down there, which is sort of like an A road in like England or the United Kingdom, or like just like a big road, a highway, I suppose, in America, for those who are familiar with those. And it just started out of nowhere. We just heard, well, obviously not out of nowhere, we'd seen it coming, but it was just boom, 1 second to the other, it was smashing down with the rain so hard that even the French people pulled over at the side of the road to let the rain pass on, which is weird because the French are usually, oh, I haven't done anything wrong, I just clicked the wrong button here. Let's just bring up the GPS and see. We need to just give it another tick here on the heading. Thank you kindly. And Simulation rate, please. Normal. What are you giving? Okay, we're getting a. Oh God, stuff's going on now. I don't know what's going on. Keflavik Airport. Oh, we're going over Iceland, lads. We're actually flying right over Iceland. This would be Iceland, wouldn't it? Yeah, this is Iceland. Oh, brilliant, wicked that. Okay, let's quickly do this over here. Let's try and see. Can we see Iceland? Oh yeah, we can. We can sort of see Iceland. We can zoom in here. Oh God, I've got my simulator eyes on, so we zoomed in a lot. We can sort of vaguely see land down there, and that, my friends, is Iceland. Yeah, this whole 4x speed is really good. I had expected to spend like all afternoon, and it does look like I'm going to spend most of the afternoon on this. Why are you just repeating yourself? Would you please wind your neck in? Also, there will be an awkward cut now that they've done that, because I need to stop the recording and start a new one in order to not mess up my audio stuff. I think he... Shut up, man! Oh shit, there's a button for that in it. Scroll lock brings up here. Okay, tune to Reykjavik Centre. Oh, none of that's important. We're just flying here. Hopefully the bloke will shut up in a moment whilst we carry on. And we can go ahead and we can increase simulation rate to 4x again. Could you shut up, you bugger man? So is that down here? Is that the Faroe Islands? We might just see the Faroe Islands out here, the very far on this map. Oh, no. This is why we don't click on buttons. This is why we just click on the buttons we know what does business for. We are getting closer and closer. We're holding on the ETA, that's good. We don't want to get there too soon. Let's go ahead here and maybe perhaps give it another tweak on the heading. Here's another tweak on the heading. That way we're heading. I mean, we're heading in broadly the right direction. We can always check in on that a bit later on. So let's go ahead and say goodbye to this. And I will say hello to a lovely little soft drink. Sorry about the noise that are about to come, but I do look forward to this. So we'll go ahead here, and I will go ahead and I will lock this in. Oh look! Oh! We've got live! We've got live! Oh, we can even see lights on the ground. Look at this. Okay, I'll admit, I'm beginning to see why people enjoy this kind of business. At 4x speed, it's actually quite fun. Where's that? There's an aircraft here, flying. We can't really catch up with it, can we? But look at that! Look at the lights down there from Iceland! That's the Icelandic people doing Icelandic things, probably in the middle of the night, because it's kind of 4:40 on the 24th of December. Another aircraft. I've got to hope they've not sent up aircraft to scramble. Hang on, we're talking about Iceland. They wouldn't bother doing that, would they? They don't have an army. I actually don't think Iceland has an army. Thinking of it, they don't have any kind of defence, do they? I mean, why would they? Who would want to take Iceland? Probably Denmark. We probably would, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely the thing we would do. Anyway, this down here would be the Faroe Islands, I believe, which is actually Danish. They're actually a part of Denmark. As is Greenland, technically, I haven't left Denmark. Technically, when you're in the air, you're not in a country. Once you're in the airspace, you're in international airspace, much like, you know, waters and that. So technically, I haven't left Denmark, which is a weird thought. Yeah, anyway, that's just, you know, that. We need to go in here, turn off the instrument, get rid of the GPS. Stop talking, you... How do I make the radio man shut up? Radio, shut up. I don't... Yes, whatever, shut up. Radio, is there a radio tuner knob? Yeah, that's probably fine. What can that go wrong? I should probably check in on our heading. Well, I can see the heading there. Nothing has changed. We're doing the right direction. Everything's looking fine. So I'll have a quick sip here. Ah, yes. That's very good. I'll have a... I also have the piece from my chocolate advent calendar now. I feel like I deserved it. Yeah. Oh look, more Iceland. More Iceland down there. Hello. Hello. How are you? Oh yeah, we're beginning to see some light out there in the horizon. I will admit, as I just said, I'm sort of beginning to see why you would do this. It does have a certain something over it once you fly for a while and you see kind of stuff like this. And I'll admit it was a mistake starting at night, but in order to get to the nice places in the daytime, I sort of had to do it this way. And now with the acceleration means that we can actually try and do this in decent time. I mean, this flight here should now take me about an hour rather than 4 hours, which I certainly do appreciate. I really do. That's nice. Like, really worried that I wouldn't be able to do it, but now I can. Moreover, once we get over land again, like once we get to Norway, we will do quite frequent landings, so I won't be able to time accelerate as much as I'm doing now. And moreover, it'll be light, there'll be stuff outside to look at on that, so hopefully at that point we'll be good to go. I'm hoping. I hope I don't crash either, that would be a problem, but how hard can landing be? What's reversion though? They don't do anything, so we won't bother with it. Let's just... oh, pardon me, let's have another look here at the GPS. Maybe another quick click here on the heading, which is this one here, to 205, because that would be pretty much bang on. Yeah, that down here is definitely the Faroe Islands. Would it be the Shetland Islands? No, it wouldn't. That would definitely be that, wouldn't it? Yeah. Anyway, I'll bring it up here real quick. I can bring it up here on my iPad. I can't do the overlay right now, so I can, you know, wait a while here. Anyway, oh god, now seeing stuff for fish. Feed to fish, which is the spa in Copenhagen. Why are you giving me that? Oh, go away! Google, you're useless. Unsurprisingly, Google is useless. We all knew that. Yeah, it's just showing up with stuff in Copenhagen for no good reason. There we go. So what we are seeing is indeed the Faroe Islands, which we're going just north of. We may just be able to see them though. Oh, we sort of just crossed over Iceland back there. That was lovely. So we may see that one as well. That would be on our right hand side. And then, oh, I don't think we're going quite near the Shetland Islands in order to see them, but we might. I don't know, there's a bit of difference between Google Maps and what's actually present in the real world, you know, with maps and that, with a sort of distortion perspective thing which goes on, which I don't really understand, but apparently, you know, you take something around and you're trying to make it flat, and that really doesn't work well, basically. Just for those who, you know, don't believe that the Earth is round, it is, because, you know, why else would it be like this? What about, let me try it here, Apple Maps, does that work in that way? No, that's exactly the same. I was hoping for some sort of 3D globe, but no, it doesn't work that way, disappointingly not. No, Google Earth does. Actually, well, I would have to pause this game, and I don't want to do that. Woo! Yeah, as I was saying, I don't want to pause this, just to try and do this, but where was I? Anyway, I was just a bit busy there with a bit of a coughing fit, so I couldn't really talk to you for a wee bit, but that's entirely okay. We are about an hour and 32 minutes from arrival, and that will be in 7:36. We're holding our estimated time of arrival. Can we then try and increase our speed perhaps a wee bit? Or are we going to overspeed if we do so? Let's try and get it right on the limit. We want to be pushing this. I mean, it's looking really good here. Obviously, this game is very old. It was like 2004 it came out, I think, or 2005. And it does show. I'm sure like X-Plane and that is much prettier. But basically, I own this. I don't own the other ones, and I'm not really willing to buy another one just for this video. So this will have to do, and it works perfectly fine as a flight simulator, doesn't it? Yeah. Hang on. No, I'm completely wrong on the map down here. This... hang on. Oh, have they just... what is going on here? Because this quite clearly is the UK we're seeing. Over here, Scotland. That is England. Over here is Wales. This is Northern Ireland. This is what I would call Ireland, but I know it's called the Republic of Ireland, so I should probably call it the Republic of Ireland in order to not cause any international disputes, because we know there's a bit of problem surrounding these two, And we don't really know how that's going to end up in the future, just with the whole Brexit and that. But let's not talk about that, it's Christmas time. So this is definitely the Faroe Islands, because the Shetland Islands are down here. But that's up here. Well, quiet down, you cow. So yeah, okay, we are up here, we are now. Let's have a look here what the island is north of the Faroe Islands. And, hello, can we see it here? Hello. Right, this is interesting. On Google Maps, that thing is not visible because we've got Iceland, but we passed that, and it should be. Oh no, it's here. It's called Mine. Is this Norwegian? Apparently, there's a place called Puppelbo or Kibun on that little island. It looks, but from Google, it looks absolutely beautiful, like mountains and snow. But really, it doesn't look like that big of a place. We also got Susabo, which is a hotel at the Norrlaguna. Och ja, vi är helt klar i Norge. Flyden, ja. Eller från Norge kan tydligt förstå vad jag säger till Elino. Det är i hvert fall inte en Bornholms accent, ja, kommer med i Norge. Very clear, ability for Norway, what I just said there. He lied. What I actually said was very clear for Norwegians, what I'm saying, and I'm certainly not slipping into a Bornholm accent. Not at all. I am perfectly fluent in Norwegian. I'm not, but it sounds good. I could probably write that on my CV, much like I can write on I was Times Person of the Year in 2000 and something, where they just put everyone as their Person of the Year because it must have been a really boring year or something. What does Windy do? Your damper control. No, yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to try that. I can't even do words now. Yeah, it's horrible. Anyway, do you guys have snow yet? What's the weather like today, by the way? What's that like? I can tell you today, outside, it's raining at the moment. I can actually even... Oh yeah, it's raining. We've had loads of snow these past couple of days. Not loads of snow, but we had a bit of snow. And it's all gone away now, sadly. That was very disappointing indeed. I do like a bit of snow in December. Certainly the amount we had was just perfect. It was just enough to lie on the ground and be really pretty in that, but not enough to actually cause that much disruption. And sadly that has gone away now because it's actually oh my god, my stomach's going mad. It's actually raining now. Sad, it's just going to be grey, drab in December, as is most December, so I'm hoping it will come back for Christmas, fingers crossed. Hope you've all got snow, just enough so everybody can get to you if you want to spend time with some family members. Yeah, it will be lovely indeed. Oh, we've got some bits going on over here, don't we? We should be getting to the Faroe Islands in a moment. Unfortunately, I've got a dashboard in the way, so we'll look out the front. Oh, what's really exciting, in fact, is that special transport DLC for your truck simulator may have been released now. Because it's currently the 13th I'm recording this on, and it's not out yet. They haven't even announced the release date. I could actually check that now. You're basically just tagging along with my sort of conscious stream or stream of consciousness, whatever you call it. I've sort of just completely given up trying to do anything useful about this. Yeah, I looked that up here. I've got a tablet. I can do things. I can do multiple things at once. I'm a man. Men can be manly and, like, you know, use spanners and hammers and that. And we can multitask a bit. Nope, nothing yet on that. Fingers crossed it'll be out soon. Italy certainly is nice. I should have made a video on that last week or the week before on that. Basically, I'm loving it so far. Really just magnificent, absolutely fantastic work. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, we should be coming up here to the Faroe Islands. Can we see them down there? I guess the answer is no, not at the moment. We've got a lot of lovely little puffy clouds. No sight of them just as of yet. They're not talking to us. I don't think they've got... They must have an airport. The Faroe Islands must definitely have an airport. Right? I'll look that up as well. I mean, these are the things that I think about when I'm, you know, thinking. Okay, now we've got Yen Mine. I'm sure he's a lovely bloke, by the way. He's got an island named after himself. So what's about the Faroe Islands? Oh yeah, surely you must have one around Tortown, right? I mean, surely you do. Don't disappoint me. That's not a no. No. I think we may have breaking news. No airport on the Faroe Islands, although there are more than one Faroe Island. It does appear, no airport, I believe. We've got breaking news. There is no airport on the Faroe Islands. How do they get out of there? Probably by boat, but that's taking like an hour. Oh, hang on. Breaking news. There is an airport on the Faroe Islands. It's not big, but it's present. And it's called... What's it called? It's called Vaga Flockham. Doesn't sound nice, but certainly they've got one. And it's tarmacked and everything. Do they have another one? I mean, presumably, why don't they have one around Tórshavn? I mean, that's the capital. We use capital loosely when talking about those kind of places because they're not really big. I mean, I believe in Greenland there's like 50,000. That might even be a massive overestimation. How many people do live in Greenland? We can look that up on Wikipedia. Greenland, that'll just pop up here in a moment. We do planning very well here on this channel. We passed the Faroe Islands a while ago, couldn't see them, sorry about that. Let's see here. Oh, you got any... Oh no, they've got more than 50,000. They've got 56,000 as per the 14th of December 2016. It's quite a lot. I didn't think they had that many. But yeah, basically the world's biggest island has 56,000 inhabitants. That's not a lot. And there's a reason for that, and it's called Ice Baby. Not that, Vanilla Ice decided to live then, everybody ran away, which would certainly explain a lot of things. Can we see land over there? Can we see like Scotland? Hello Scotland, how you doing? Are you having a good time? That's how Scottish people talk, Certainly they're over there somewhere to our right hand side, and I'm sure they're lovely people. I know they're lovely people mostly. They've got Nicola Sturgeon, who is seemingly the only person with a plan for Brexit, which is great. Oh, we can actually see the Shetland Islands over there, can we? Let's try and use Track IR to have a look over there. I have realised that it's a stupid idea to use Track IR for this, because, I'm looking away from the microphone when I look in that direction. But it is getting a bit lighter in the horizon. We're also veering a bit, of course, so heading please to just a wee bit more to about circa 115, please. Thank you. There we go. Continue this speed, continue this altitude. At what point are we going to have to reduce altitude? Well, fairly soon, because this is actually Norway, I think, that we can see the tip of. Right over here, would that be? No, not really, not the tip of Norway. This would be the western point of Norway. The northern point of Norway is up here. Norway's quite big. It actually borders on Russia, which is a weird thought. But yeah, Norway does border with Russia, as does Sweden, which means that Denmark's technically one country away from Russia. Technically we're not, because we've got the Baltic Ocean, where we are very close to Russia. In fact, there's an island out there called Bornholm, which the Russians decided they quite fancied after World War II. But as the only country in the world, we managed to get them off that island. Oh yeah. Not a lot of countries can claim that they've beaten Russia in a war. It wasn't really a war, it was more like a diplomatic thing of Denmark going, Russia, you've got something that belongs to us. Yes, we do. Sorry about taking your island. We will give it back to you now. Presumably because they knew it would not end well for them if they started. What? Bunk. What's bunk? What's this button? What's this lighting up? I also can't really look at that because of Track IR. This is bunk. It doesn't do anything because it's not coming up here. That's okay though. Interestingly, this isn't sped up ×4, which I think is disappointing, but oh, whatever. We need to correct the course a wee bit more. We need to go a wee bit... what are we at here now? We need to tweak this to about 107. And there we go. It will get a bit more complicated once we reach Oslo. We'll touch down in Oslo, and then we'll basically be following the pre-planned courses that I have set up in the flight planner, which I did on Saturday. I'd like to do a bit of preparation for this. Oh, is this Denmark that we can see here? I think we may be seeing the western coast of Denmark. Are we seeing the western coast of Denmark here, or is this... it would be, wouldn't it? Come on a bit more. Come on, show me more. This looks very much like Denmark. This looks like the western coast, but it could be Sweden. No, hang on, no, is that Denmark? That would logically be... That is Denmark, I can see that over here. So this is Denmark, this is good country, this. Good country, this right here, very good. 10 out of 10 for that country. It's wonderful and nice, and we're going to that. In fact, we're going to... Well, it's technically just off the border where we'll be landing in Denmark. Then we'll be off to Berlin. Then to Frankfurt am Main, not am Oder, but am Main. Then off to Basel, then to Napoli, and then to Athens. We will end up in the warm countries, won't we? I mean, I've sort of got to plan it out right. I think this... Do they celebrate Christmas in Athens? I think they do. I've decided they do for the purpose of this video. But we sort of have to time it right to go to places where they actually celebrate Christmas, of course. Because what's the point of doing Christmas present deliveries in a country where they're a Hindu? Or they're Muslim, where they just go, it's Sunday, you dick. We don't care about presents. We've got our own gods who are not better than yours. Is this... It's beginning to not look like Denmark. But maybe that's just the... That is... I think that's just the... Yeah, that is definitely... Now I can see this is Denmark proper. This is Denmark proper. And then we've got an island coming into view here, which is also Denmark. Not Denmark proper. And then we've got another island, which we call Denmark, but we all know it's not really Denmark, because that's where Copenhagen is. And that's just a place of bat. And we acknowledge that they technically, historically, they are a part of the country, but other than that, we don't. Anyway, let's try and reduce our simulation speed to 2 times. We will also be going off track higher, because that probably makes a lot of people dizzy. And we will now try and reduce our altitude to a bit. Yeah, we'll drop. Okay, speed needs to drop because we are now reducing our altitude. So we'll reduce speed a bit. That way we won't go over the speed limit. And I'll grab some... Oh god, I realise this is terrible snacking because it's all very dry. So I will just have some stuff in my mouth for a while. I dropped it there, but I'll go for it now. Yeah, rolls were very good. Also very good. I'll need a drink again. Yeah, I am beginning to see why this is perhaps enjoyable for people, especially if we're looking outside. But we also need to try and keep in mind here that we may need to drop altitude a bit more. Drop here, we're just dropping and dropping and dropping because we're actually arriving. I think we can see the arrival marker up here, and I want to try and get some of this altitude off. We are quite high up and we don't want to be quite so high. We are arriving. We've actually added on a couple of minutes onto our trip, which is good. That's good. We want to add on a minute or two, don't we? Can we then... Yeah, we can see the arrival location up here. It's not the big airport in Oslo. Is that not called Gardermoen? I think the big airport in Oslo is called Gardermoen, or is that Stockholm? No, that's Arlanda, so it would be Gardermoen. Why do I know these things? These are complete pointless things to know. Anyway, altitude, let's try and drop it a bit more. Let's try and drop it to about 2,000. Yeah, let's drop to 20,000 feet. That seems like a fairly decent altitude to sit at right about now. We can always do a gradual descent a bit later on. 20,000 feet as we approach the coast of Norway, which should become visible at some point. And I had hoped we were about 20 to 30 minutes later on arriving here, because the sun might be a bit further up, and it would have been really beautiful to see the sun rise over the mountains, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. It's just pretty dark outside still, and I don't really want to slow down any more than we have done. Although I really perhaps do want to, actually, given that we are going to drop altitude and we're going to naturally gain a bit more speed that way. So yeah, let's go ahead and back up the speed a wee bit. Here, for example, let's drop it back to about 300 knots. I have no idea how much 300 knots is, but that's okay. We will be arriving, I think by this heading, we will be coming in here just north of the airport. I mean, shit, I don't really know what the approach is to this airport, but we need to get them on the radio. No, we don't need to go to border, that's wrong. Nearest airport list. Airports closer. Okay, that just doesn't work. So continue to border. Request Class C. Yeah, let's try and do this. Yeah, to transition Charlie airspace. Now we need to do squawk, a different squawk. Thank you very much. We've now got permission here to fly through. Thank you kindly for you. And we will then go. Oh, where do we do the squawk? We got a Mazugat down here message. We're inside their airspace. They have acknowledged our presence. That's good. Let's just try and see, can we zoom in here? Yes, we can. So this is Norway coming up onto us. Norway, lovely Norway. We should be coming in. Are we coming in near Lillehammer? I can look it up. I can look everything up. I've got a tablet device. We live in the future. I've always got the internet on me. A man is talking now, and I don't know what he's saying, but it probably doesn't matter to me. I'll probably just delete my Greenland search. Just what's the point of having that in Google when I'm looking for Norway? Yeah, here we go, bringing this up here. No, you've just carried on that search over into the maps. Now we're going to approach onto around... We're coming in between Stavanger and Bergen. And where is that in relation to Lillehammer? I don't know, I just know Lillehammer is a place in Norway and it's a cool name. And they had the Winter Olympics there, but it's probably not over near the coast. Why would it be near the coast? So you'll be coming over that section of Norway, maybe slightly further up actually. We might actually be between Bergen and Ålesund, not 100% sure. We might be slightly further north than I anticipated. I think these bluish dots are... I don't know what it is. Oh, there are things when you zoom in. What's that down there? That's certainly things over here. Oh, we're quite far off here. We need to try and correct this course. So look over here onto the heading. Let's get it whacked over here a wee bit because we're quite far off a heading. I'm guessing there's a way to do that automatically with the aircraft, but I haven't really figured it out yet. Can we actually see the land below? I don't think so, not yet anyway, but it is getting lighter in the horizon, so I'm looking forward to that. Where is Lillehammer? Now I need to find that. So there it is, it's much further north, it's in the middle of Norway. We're going nowhere near it, although I might be with the heading that I'm currently on. And any aircraft in the area, we would probably see them, wouldn't we? What's ops? That's SUSP. No, can we see any other aircraft in this area? I don't think we can, disappointingly not. Oh, hello. As I say that, we've got an aircraft. What aircraft is this down there? It's flashing. There certainly is an aircraft down there, but I don't know what it is, and it's not showing up on our map. Is it showing up here if we press other buttons? No, that's just that. That's just that. That's just... Okay. Can we change over to something useful? Thank you. Let's keep it on night mode for now. We've got Propeller, we've got Measure, we've got Ops, which doesn't work. What's this? Over here, nearest airport. We are going to... what's it saying? It's saying fuel low. Oh no. Have I gone too quick? Let's just back off the speed a bit. Because we're running low on fuel. I'm guessing this is in the middle. This is the total amount. We've got plenty in our fuselage. Do we have a fuel cross... I need to look into now fuel crossfeed. Hang on, we need to get rid of the GPS. Because we need... I may have gone a bit quick here. I may not have thought about that. So get rid of this. Fuel. Zoom in here. Fuel anti-ice. Vision. Enter. Can we turn this on? Has this caused a problem? No, it hasn't. Okay, no, that was a battery actually. I turned off there. That's worse. So let's turn that off here and see. We now got caution, go off there. We are good, okay, we're good, right. We are good, yeah, we're good, yeah, fuel is good. We are... Why are we dropping altitude? So let's try and re-engage all of this out here. Altitude, please, hold altitude. Actually, we'll drop altitude, that's fine. We'll drop to about 9,000 feet. Heading, we'll continue on this heading. This looks about right. Everything checked, we've got this. I don't know what that does, but that's okay. Check, 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 check. Do we have anti-ice is off? Don't know if that's uses fuel. Fuel, fuel, fuel. Anything about fuel? Aileron, no fuel down here. Fuel cross switch on. Does that then take it into the central one? So does that fill out? I don't know if I need to do that, or if it does that manually. Fuel cross flow is on, but it's not really pulling out of the central tank, which is what I wanted it to do. So let's turn that off again. Can we do that in any way? Ignition on, we want that on. Engine 2 starter switch, no we don't do any of that. Yeah, I don't think I can do crossfeed from the middle fuel tank, the fuselage tank. I hope that we don't run out of fuel. How far are we from arrival? Let's bring up the GPS once again. Here on this here. Inside airspace, we don't need that. I need to see the terrain. We're not that far away actually. Go away, here we go. Once it loads up the map, hopefully. There we go, it should load up here in a second. Right. Come on. Okay, no, not that one. I want the dark one that I can actually see what's going on in. This one here. No, okay, you've decided to play games with me. There we go. How close are we? We're 202 nautical miles, 201 nautical miles. And fuel use, it seems to have stabilised. We haven't really burned any more fuel off. So we definitely need to refuel on the ground. That's good. So we do need to keep that in mind in the future, although this is the longest leg that we've done, and the longest leg that we will indeed do. I don't think any of the other legs are anywhere near as long as this. Certainly they shouldn't be. We are continuing up here. We've just corrected the course a bit more. Where are we now? We are sort of trying to bring it down here. We need to go about 220 from where we are now. That way we're not too far north. Oh, do we want to reduce altitude a bit more? How are we? Oh look, we got land below us now. We can see some land. That's nice. Go away. Master caution light. What's the problem? We're dropping altitude. Altitude. Hold. Why are we dropping altitude? Can we please get some control over the altitude? Okay, I'm going to disengage this here. And I'm going to try now and regain some of this altitude. Because something's gone wrong quite clearly. Is it because the speed thing here has been dropped quite far? Let's try and increase that a bit. Right up here we need to try and increase. We're trying to disengage all of these right about now. No, we need the speed one on. I don't need to control that. But I do need to control this here, and we're trying now to regain some of this altitude. Now we're going a bit off course here, so we're trying to pitch it over. Actually heading can go back on. And that'll handle that. Okay, so let's try and do this one as well. This one here, altitude is set to 19,000 feet. Speed is set to 313. Heading is set to, is it meant to be on B and K? I'm hoping it is. We're looking fine on everything here. What about fuel? We're down to 210. It's quite interesting to see here. Okay, what's going on here? Why is the altitude just going completely nuts? There's something that's different here. Let's put nav mode on. Maybe that'll fix it. Maybe it doesn't need to be banked. Get bank off. Altitude, could you please take control? Oh, I know the issue there. The autopilot master switch was off. That would explain the problem. So we're regaining control here. I'll admit I should have noticed the autopilot was completely off a lot sooner than I did, but I got there eventually, and that's what matters, right? It's a helpful learning environment that we're creating here, and that kind of thing is allowed. Every now and then we do make a mistake, and I deserve a chocolate for finding that mistake. We will back up on the engines a little bit more, down here to about 300 knots. We will also drop a bit more of altitude. Even though, what altitude are we at? We are getting near the altitude we meant to hold, but let's just drop it to about 17,000 feet. That seems about right. The heading needs to be on as well, because that's just doing its own thing entirely. And we need to set the heading to... Actually, that's a bit too much here. So all of this is now good. Speed is backing off a wee bit. We are running low on fuel. This is quite exciting. Well, we want to back off on speed a bit more actually. I know it's increasing our time of arrival, but I'm hoping that burning less fuel is good. Although, what is the minimum speed before we plummet out of the sky? Oh, that is another problem entirely that I haven't thought of. Oh, look down there, we can now actually see, if we get rid of the sat now, we can actually see some of the light. See down here, I don't know how well that works on YouTube, but certainly looks quite nice for me. I had hoped to have that look really cool now when, you know, the sun would have been out. But no, we wouldn't get that, but that's just my planning that was completely cocked up. Anything else to look at here? Fuel. Oh. I'm hoping that we begin use of the central tank, but that's going to deplete really fast once we run out of fuel in the two main tanks. Anything else over here? I don't know what any of this actually means, but it's not important, I think. So that's okay. Let's try and back up a bit more. Basically, now we just need speed that keeps the plane in the sky. Let's put the option here into view. No, sorry, instrument, GPS. I'll pop this back on here so I can look around a bit more freely. We can go out and we can pull this down. I mean, we are over Norway proper now. We can see the airport is right up here. We can zoom in a bit more and we can put this one down here so we can only see this bit. That really is all we need to see. We will continue this way. We may want to try and correct the course a bit more. Heading... yeah, heading just a bit more here. What heading are we at now? Well, we can see that down here, can't we? Heading 222. So the pink things we're seeing down here is... what? Are you talking to me? No, that's not us. Okay, nearest airport link. No, that's no good. We are going to ENKJ, and that's not up here, nearest airport. That's ENSG. That's not really useful for us. As soon as we make contact with a tower, we may have to declare an emergency. Given the fact that we only have that much fuel left. Yeah, I may have made a bit of a mistake here. I didn't plan for this. We may get there, but we may only have one go of getting on the ground. And it's in the dark. We're in Norway. I have no idea how this is going to work. I haven't landed here before. I will, however, go ahead and lock this in the beautiful mode while I look up on my tablet what this airport actually looks like. If I type into Google in ENKJ, yeah, we go Killer Airport in Norge. There's a German aircraft coming up from World War II with the appropriate insignia on when I see that airport. Okay, this runway is, if we make an approach from west-northwest, we should be coming onto that actual runway. Brilliant. This is good. It's a smaller airport, which I've chosen for that specific reason. It's interesting though if the runway is long enough, but worth a shot, ain't it? It literally is worth one shot given our current fuel status. When do we want to pitch it in onto landing? Well, we're down to 160 litres. I really am hoping that fuselage tank can be used to power the engines. A nearest airport list, it's not coming up yet. Oh god, okay. I'm quite excited about this. I've got 119 nautical miles. Why can I not see the range in this monitor here? Can I? These don't do anything. Does that? No, that doesn't even do anything. I would like to know the range of our current fuel tank. Or is that a feature on this aircraft? It really should be a feature, shouldn't it? It really should. Have we... I just need to make sure here. Yeah, okay, wheels are in. Great. So this is the aircraft we are flying. It is indeed a LearJet. No, that's no good. There we go. Now we're back on board. So if I pop this back on here, thank you kindly. We've got an aircraft up ahead. Look at that. That's cool. We've got more radio chat. I need to bring this up here. Orbit, whatever. Nearest airport list, none. Airports closer, none. Close. Boop. We zoom in here and we drop altitude a bit more, which is the one for over here. Bring it down to about 15,000. 15,000, please. I'm asking for 50. No, you're going up. I'm asking for 15,000 altitude, please. I'm now gradually declining. Bring up the GPS here. That is quite important right now. 150, and we're getting nearer. This is okay. This is okay. Keep telling yourself this is okay, and it will be. I'll grab some more cookies. Really, just to help myself here. Oh, how's that got a tag on it? That's Mooney Bravo. Mooney Bravo. Whoop whoop. He's up there in the sky. Slightly higher than us. Don't know why he's got a label on, but he does. We can't see him on the GPS, which is a bit of a danger. Do we not have a radar fitted to this type of aircraft? No, we don't. We see down to 140. Right. Cross speed is not on, but that didn't do what I wanted it to do, so that's okay. Shit, yeah, I went too fast. That's what I've done. I've actually sped too quickly in the plane. Try and reduce the speed to about 200 knots. 204 knots then. Don't want to go too slow. Don't know what the minimum speed is for this thing to stay flying. But I'm guessing that will be marked over here on this thing if we went too slow. But I also need a bit of speed to actually get me onto the runway. But we'll see. Where is this airport? We should be able to reach it fairly soon on the radio if we press scroll lock. Nearest airport list. We get Lirin, which is a different airport than the one we want. Back. Oh god, cancel. No, that's opened up the wrong thing. No, we don't have it yet. Oh, I do hope to get it soon. Come on. 240 still. We've got £990 in total. Oh, I wonder what happens when they reach zero on our wing tanks. Oh, I don't know, are there wing tanks on this? Because I thought the engines was out of the back. Anyway, we'll wait and see what happens really. Do we have any warning things that we need to look at here? We've got entry door, low pressure, low fuel pressure. That's the two ones to keep an eye out. Once they come on, we are in big trouble because we were pretty much gliding at that point. I suppose my best choice to avoid that would have been to simply speed it up. You know, just go fast enough and just burn out the fuel and just hope I'll get it down in the first go. Oh look, another runway down there. I mean, we could technically have landed there if we wanted to, but we're going to Oslo. Okay, I need to just quickly make sure that our altitude of 15,000 feet isn't a bit too low. Anything more than I think 2,000 meters, we're fine. We won't hit any of the peaks in Norway. But let's just quickly have a look here at 15,000 feet, 2 meters. I should just keep this one open. Okay, I went a bit high there. Let's try and go in here. So 15,000 feet, that's 4,572 meters. So we can bring it down a bit more. We actually do, because we're getting quite near. We're getting there in 19 minutes. I think we've stayed at 19-20 minutes for quite a long time. So if we go into altitude, actually we bring in the heading a wee bit more, we can actually zoom in a bit more here because we should have the airport in not quite so far down, but here we should be able to see it. Yep, there we go. And the altitude, we reduce this one to about 13,000, which should still be good. Want to be low basically now. Oh no, we might be going too low now. We might be going too low. Let's try and gain altitude to about 14,400. Yeah, we're down to 120 litres, or no, not litres, but pounds. Can we bring up? No, hang on. Whoops. Bring you up here, Scrollock. Nearest airport list. Still on Lirin. No good enough for me. We need the airport over here. Arrival is at 07:59. Had we carried on with the speed we were going at first, we would have been there now. So the question is, do we want to speed up to get there a bit quicker? Oh, more radio traffic. Let's see here. Traffic alert, 6 o'clock, bearing, report them in sight. Okay, yeah, we've got to have the traffic. Nearest airport, Liz. No, we're still just getting Leerine. I suppose we can tune into them. Tune into ENFJ traffic. Nope, no, this is the wrong airport. So go back here. No, we want to stay on nearest airport. This one. Do we not have? No, we don't want to land here, mate. I just want to try and see if I can't tune into them. No, I can't. So tune to border centre, and nothing there. We really want this one to come up soon. How are we looking on fuel? I think we've got £110. Yep, £110. We've got £920 in total. This is getting quite tricky now. Quite tricky. I'll zoom out a bit here. So we've got visual. We've got two planes up there in the sky. Too far away to see them, but we've got the lights on. What's going on now with the radio chatter? Oh, wrong button. We need to zoom out a bit more so I can see things. Well, we're getting very close now. We need to actually try and begin and correct here. So I'll retake control of heading. I don't know what that does, but I now have heading. And yeah, we'll try and just stay on this. Altitude we'll drop a bit more. 14,000 0. I'll be ready to take control here. So I now got heading. And I'm going to pitch the aircraft just a bit over here so we head towards the airport that we are landing in. A bit more here. We'll try and keep tabs here on the radio. Nearest airport list, please. No, I've still got Leerine. That's no good. I don't think they're talking to me. Or why can't we see the airport that we're going to land at? Okay, now we're going at the wrong heading. So we need to contact Gardermoen approach. No, that's not where we're going. So that's a different airport. Okay, so here we go. So let's try and do heading, which is now. We need to do it a bit more here. Well, now you're going the wrong way. So try and do heading again here. Try and back off, speed a bit. We're arriving 12 minutes. We should be able to make radio contact fairly soon. Altitude is, well, we're still above the clouds, but we don't want to stay in the clouds for too long. We want to transition through them. I think that's what airplanes do in real life. But we'll just try and drop off a bit more here. We're down to £100 of fuel. £100 of fuel in the tanks. Nearest airport list. No, that's a different one. That's stuff's bad. We don't want that. Come on. Oh god, we can zoom in even further now because we're just 42 nautical miles away. Oh yeah, we can see all of these smaller airports over here, but we can see this one here as well. This is good. Estimated time arrival of 11 minutes. We're going to do this. And we're sort of coming in here even at a fairly decent angle to my research. So this is good. At 11 minutes, we may want to just reduce it to normal speed now. So we have a chance of controlling everything here. Go back out, please. Nearest airport list, still staff spell. We need this to go well. We really do, and we're going to do it right. Is that where we're landing? No, we're not landing there. That's just something. We're landing there at ENKJ. I keep checking this because I'm quite alert. And still staff spell. I mean, when are we going to get to that one? Soon, hopefully. Altitude, we're holding at 13,000. Let's drop it a bit more. And we've got aircraft over there. Why don't we have a radar in this aircraft? That seems like an oversight on whoever designed this plane's part. Back off this a bit as well, just, you know, in case. We need to correct the heading as well. Right, so over here towards. I may want to take control of the whole thing now. Yeah, we're 10 minutes out. I shall go ahead here now, see once more. Now we've got Staffsberg and we've got Gardermoen. So we're getting close. We've got the main airport. I will take control of this. Yeah, okay, so now it's beeping at me. I've now taken control of the aircraft. Of everything, I believe. Turn off all of this, basically, so it's not interfering with me at all. And I've overcorrected here. We need to continue this direction. Over here, I believe we're getting to about right here. Speed, are we increasing or are we dropping? We're increasing slightly. So we're now actually flying this, which means I'll go back on track IR. So I got all of the visual aspects that I can get. We're getting quicker. We're down to £90 of fuel in the tanks. Bring up here, see the report here. We've got Gardermoon and we've got Staff Spare, but we want ENK, not ENGM. We can see ENKJ in front of us. It is there. That's where the red line is. And where is Gardermoon? If we zoom out, we should see it somewhere. Probably over here somewhere. Probably that one there, I'm guessing. Or that one, ENGen. Is that Gardermoon there? Oh god, we're going to go... Oh boy. I have just realised that we're going to be getting very close to their airport. So we may want to get in touch with them on the radio. Nearest airport list. Gardermoon. Tuntu. Ooh, I don't know. We'll try this one.
Airport information, India 0651 Zulu, wind 193 at 5, visibility
Copy that.
greater than 20 miles, in snow, sky condition 1100, scattered, few clouds at 5,000, temperature -4, dew point -10, altimeter 299er7, ILS, runway 19er left and ILS, runway 19er right in use, landing and departing runway 19er left and runway 19er right. VFR aircraft stay direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have India. Gardermoon Airport information India 0651.
Yes, I've got that. I just need to get in contact with my actual airport. I've got Killer AB. AB, is that not an airbase? Oh well. Tune to ENKJ traffic. Select runway for landing, please. I'll have whatever one you've got. Announce full stop landing. What? Yeah, there we go. So we're coming in here, miles northwest. Inbound land to runway 12. Don't know which one 12 is. We may have to, declare a slight emergency. £90 of fuel. ENKJ traffic, are you copying me? ENKJ traffic, are you copying me? No, they're not. That is a concern. Yes, I need, please, for the love of all that's holy, allow me to land. This one, please. Select runway. Is it the runway that's cocking it all up? Runway 30, please. Announce runway for land. Select the runway. I did runway 30. Full stop landing. This one here. Please just tell me you want me on the ground. Well, we're gonna land there anyway. I have no choice. It's a shame that I can't say so to them, because really I've got nothing. We're down to what, £80 of fuel in our wing tanks. They're not willing to chat to me. That's fine. That is entirely fine. Back. That is no. Okay, have we not tuned into this? Apparently we haven't actually tuned into them yet. So let's wait and see if we can't change to the frequency at some point. Maybe if we close it down, we bring it up again. Select an airport, Keller. We can't tune into them. Can we tune into Gardermoon yet? Which is that one over there, Gardermoon. Yeah, we can tune into their tower and ATIS, but we're still on border. No, we can't tune into that. This is going to be interesting because I have got no contact with them. What's our current situation? We're slightly gaining altitude. Let's try and bring that down. Speed is fairly decent. Heading is okay. We're avoiding, for the most part, Gardermoon's airspace. And that I'm totally fine with. We're down to still £80, 660 in the middle. But look at that though, that is beautiful. Right over there, the sun is rising. This is where I'd hope we'd been when we were approaching Norway, but whatever. So keep that in mind. Power means you're burning a lot more fuel and you reduce your range. Whoops. Okay, can we go in here? What is it? Is that Select approach, enter. Well, that's you. That is rubbish. So yes, this. I have got no idea what I'm currently doing, but I'm pushing buttons and eventually some of it's bound to work. Select approach, and then what was the button that I pushed? Not that one here, it was this one here, so it's killer. How do I go down? Is it this one? No. Nope. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay. So, enter and do that, and then I need you, killer air bit, push this one. Whatever. I don't know what I've just done there, but certainly is something. Okay, yep. Please, can we now try and have a try and just get that down here in the corner so we can just see that what we need to see. Heading, what are we doing there? We're heading right direction. Altitude, we're a bit high speed. We are, well, we're where we want to be on speed, so that's good. I've inadvertently done that right. So let's try killer again. No, they're not willing to talk to me. Guard them all. Let's try and tune into their tower then. So, do we want to try and request a full stop landing with Gardamon Tower? Are they willing to talk to us? Let's see if they're willing to talk to us. We might have to land at that one if they return on the radio. Fly right traffic, runway 90 on altimeter. That is okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So we fly right traffic, runway 19R. Acknowledge previous instructions. So that was right there. We called that in here. So we're landing at Gardamon, which means we'll bring it around. Fuel, we are at 70. But we don't need any of that here. So shut you down. Get rid of this here. We just need to try and watch everything going on here. Speed. Good. Okay, altitude, we're good. We can see land over there. I'll sit up here properly. And we'll have a look around out here. Fuel, we're down to 70. And we need to at some point begin turning in for this. Oh, let's zoom in here. Why are we not? Why are we not? There we go, now we're zooming in out here. Good. I just want to zoom in a bit more. That is beautiful though, that. Okay, so we're looking good, everything's okay. £70. Okay, £70. Speed is good. Altitude's fairly decent. We may want to try and reduce height a bit now. And reduce speed a bit. And we may want to soon begin banking around for a run onto the runway. So we've ditched the airport that should be visible to pretty much right over there at some point. We're going to land at Gardamon, which is behind us. I will try and begin a banking manoeuvre here. Now I'd have tried to choose airports that aren't like massive for this. The only massive airport I have planned is the final one in Athens. But Gardamon is now on the cards because the other airport just didn't really work. It should be visible to our front at some point. I think we might be able to see it right over there in between the... I can see it right there. There's an airstrip. But they weren't willing to talk to me on the radio, so we had to say goodbye to them. Okay, we need to reduce speed a lot here because we're now increasing speed dramatically. We also need to... here we're now going through the clouds. Okay, I have wrongly estimated this right here. Fuck it, yeah, I've massively misestimated this. Can we correct this in some way? Okay, now we're going up into the sky. We don't want to go up into the sky. We want to bring it down. We need to bring it down. Do we have visual on the runway? Need to know if we've got visual on the runway. We need to go through these clouds. Okay, I'm no longer giving throttle on this. Oh, why did we lose a speed readout thing? And I don't know what speed we're doing. Why don't I know what speed we're doing? I can see lights on the runway. We probably are going for the one to the right then. The one on the right. I would like some sort of speed indicator here. Are we doing flaps? Is this the button for flaps? No, this is the button for flaps. Got it. So we're now extending flaps, which we need to do, but I don't have any speed. Why is it not showing my speed? Do we have a speed indicator over here? We are going very fast, and we are going high. Let's try and bring down the flaps. Speed, let's try and reduce the speed. Okay, we need to reduce altitude, reduce speed because this is coming in hot. Drop the gears, bring it up here. Turn. I wonder if we need to turn to Gardermoen here. No, that's airport information. Got it. So we need to stay on this, and then we got it lined up here on the right runway. Don't know if it's the right one. We are high. We are high. We are high. We need to drop altitude. We need to drop altitude dramatically here. We are way high. Oh, we are way high. Oh, we got 50 pounds of fuel left. I'm not confident in this. We're coming in far too quickly. We're coming in far too quickly. I'm breaking off. I'm breaking off. Braking. Jesus, ice detected. Fucking cunts. De-ice are activated. De-ice are activated. Thank you. So we are completely banking around here. This has not worked well. This has not worked well. Okay, we now need to watch our speed. There we go. There's the speed back. Why did the speed go away? Reduce speed. We'll try and bank it around. Now that we've dropped altitude, we're at 5,700. Being a pilot is really hard. Also, I need to do a quick edit now because I've gone over an hour. Welcome back here. It's been, well, just about a second. I need to do that, otherwise the audio gets corrupted in some way. It's a bit weird whenever I try to extract the audio from the video files in order to edit them. It goes a bit wrong, and it ends up not really working. Why are we speeding up here? I'm not applying throttle at all. None at all. We're flying away here now. No throttle is being applied, but we are doing about a lot here. We need to... How far out? No, the flaps are fully extended now. So that's good. Flaps are fully extended. That should help scrub up some speed. But I don't have any engine power on, do I? Oh no, they don't seem to be moving. Do we have anything out here with throttle showing anything? No, we're down to 30 pounds of fuel though, and that is not a lot. We need to keep an eye out here on our elevation. We are going up a bit on that. We need to lower it out here. We need to keep it sort of vertical. I think that I need to keep in mind is that I need more space than I think I need, if that makes any sense. I always underestimate the distance I need to do manoeuvres. We may have to do a turnaround actually over the airport we were meant to land on. Oh god, I'm so tense right now. My shoulders are really tense. I have to just quickly boost up my chair. So I said a bit differently. Let's just do this here. I will do that here so we reset our track IR. I mean, this is sort of cool though when it's getting light outside. We just need to try out here. I mean, the problem is I'm right in the cloud height as well, ain't I? So let's try and reduce altitude without speeding up too much. So we'll try now out here. No, let's go outside that blue line on the map. 10 pounds of fuel. 10 pounds of fuel in the left and right. Fuselage. Okay, yeah, oh god, words are very difficult right now. Your fuselage is on 590. So we have a... hang on, why do we have a total of 600 pounds? Uh-oh. Well, no warning lights yet, and that one is down to that, but that one is burning now. Okay, we're commencing a banking manoeuvre right now. What's spoiler? What was that warning we got? So turn off, pretty much just bank off the engines here. Don't need that. This is not going to be comfortable, but it's really necessary. Why are we speeding up here? I'm not giving any throttle at all. I feel like my throttle input is not doing anything at all. Why is my throttle not doing anything at all? I don't know, did that do anything? We're speeding up massively. I mean, where's that runway?
Don't sink.
What?
Don't sink.
What is it saying? Don't what? Don't sink. Oh god, I'm way off. I'm way off. I'm way off. I'm way off. This is not good. This is not good. Bring it over. If you're a real pilot, I'm sorry for giving you a heart attack on Christmas Eve. Really, I am. But please believe me when I say that I'm trying my fucking hardest right here. Okay, I can see that runway over here. We need to line it up. And to that, I think I need to bank it to the left. Out here. Why are we not going much slower than we are? Flaps are fully extended. Why are they not helping to slow down the plane? So, okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. I'll keep this heading. Keep this heading. We are at a decent altitude now. We're at 17. No, we're at 1,600 now. We don't want to go any further down. Let's just try and level out here. I'm easing back here, barely putting in any throttle in. We're down to 500 pounds of fuel. All the wings are out. Can we? Nope, we can't even declare anything there. Go away. We may want to declare a slight emergency if we don't touch down, just so they can send like the fire brigade out to the aircraft if we happen to crash. Okay, we're now dropping in altitude and that's increasing our speed. We have salvaged this on the right course. But we're not slowing.
Sink.
What are you saying?
Don't sink.
What are you talking about, mate? I'm getting lined
Don't
up.
sink. Don't sink.
I'm not sinking, we're over land. I think we're
Don't
on a
sink.
good... Shut up,
Don't
man.
sink.
Gears out, good.
Don't sink.
But are we doing about
Don't sink.
250?
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Why are we not slowing
Don't
down
sink.
more than we are? God, I'm hoping
Don't
this is
sink.
going to work.
Don't sink.
Shut up!
Don't sink.
Shut up!
Don't sink.
Oh
Don't
God,
sink.
now I've gotten distracted here.
Don't sink.
Ooh,
Don't sink.
boys. Oh, boys. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go.
Don't sink.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Don't
Coming
sink.
in here. Oh God, this is bad. This is bad. This
Don't
is
sink.
bad.
Don't
This is
sink.
bad.
Don't sink.
This is bad.
Don't sink.
Apply brakes, apply brakes, apply brakes, apply brakes. Apply brakes. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Bombardier, November Tango.
We were on the ground, but oh boy. Oh boy. Shitting the anus. I mean, I can't really take your ground hand over, mate. Okay. Okay.
Bombardier, November
Don't sink.
Tango 4, please acknowledge.
Don't sink.
Okay, I'll have to acknowledge
Don't
that
sink.
because they keep popping up here.
Don't sink.
November Tango.
Ground in
Don't
front. Shitting, cocking, cock. GPS on. Shit. We need to swing back around and try again. That was okay for a first proper landing attempt. Bring it around. Come on. Let's not give too much power here. We don't want to go too fast. I mean, I don't even know if that's actually
sink.
giving power. And also,
Don't sink.
what button
Don't
shuts
sink.
up the man that's telling me to not
Don't
sink?
sink.
I am perfectly
sink.
capable of flying this aircraft.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
I
Don't
can't hear
sink.
any difference between putting it on full
Don't
power and putting it off
Don't
power.
sink.
But that's okay. We'll just keep it here at a steady 1,000 feet. Okay, we will go a bit higher than that. It might actually be easier to land if we were a bit higher, so that's okay.
Don't sink.
We can actually see the runway down. I think
Don't
we
sink.
actually see the tarmac.
Don't sink.
We're next to the tarmac
Don't
over
sink.
there.
Don't
Over there, as
sink.
we can see the weather dome and that.
Don't
That's
sink.
okay. There's people down here
Don't
that are
sink.
probably shitting their bricks because there's
Don't
an
sink.
aircraft flying low over their house
Don't
at 8
sink.
in the morning on Christmas Eve. Speed we're doing... Okay, we're dropping speed now. And when do we want to try and turn it around? I need a drink now. I need a drink to settle my nerves. Oh yeah, I needed that. That's good. That's good over here. Can we begin to bank around here soonish? There we go. And we turn. Let's try and turn. Okay, no, let's not. Let's not tempt fate here. Let's wait. I say we. Let's wait. Just take it a while here, and then I'll turn around.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Shut up, you cunt.
Don't sink.
I'm not sinking. I'm bringing presents from Santa to the kids of Norway. Why won't you let me do that? See, the problem is now that we do these kind of banking manoeuvres, right? We massively increase our speed. And that's bad. I hope he's not coming into land. That will be bad up there, Mooney. Bravo. Okay, we're also not quite as far up as I thought we were.
Don't sink.
Can we see? We can see the runway over there. Oh God, we're coming in close.
Don't sink.
Oh boy, we're coming in close.
Sink. Don't sink.
I thought we were further out, and I shall refer you to my previous statement. This is the last go, though. This is definitely the last go. I really would like to see that a bit better. Come on, where is it? There's runway 1. Where's runway 2? Right there. Okay, level it out, level it out, level it out. Here, we need to continue this way. We can see where the runway is, and that's okay. We need to reduce height. Need to reduce height. He's banking this way, but we're at different altitude. That's okay. That's okay.
Don't sink.
Bring it around. Bring it around. Bring it around. No throttle. No throttle. Sink. Just keep it going. 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 Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Don't sink.
Come on.
Don't sink.
We're not gonna sink, boy.
Don't sink.
We're not gonna sink.
Don't sink.
We're not sinking.
Don't sink.
We are not the Titanic, you dick.
Don't sink.
There's a runway.
Don't sink.
So we need to do a quick bank here.
Don't sink.
Level out. And now we need to reduce altitude.
Don't sink.
To reduce altitude. This is okay. This is okay. Green light. Green lights. They're bringing us in here. They're bringing us in. Bring us in. Bring us in. Bring us in. Come on. Altitude. Reduce altitude. Not too much. Not too much.
Don't sink.
Brakes. Apply. Brakes. Get down again. Get down again, plane. Stop. 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 Brake. Come on. Come on. It's not stopping. We're drifting off course. Something's really wrong here. I'm going to declare this a land because I'm applying brakes. I don't know what's going on. The throttle. I've lost control of the throttle. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to declare this a land. Actually, let's continue flying over here. I'll go into... I'll pull up first of all. Go into controls. And I will see over here. So what is... ailerons, rudder, throttle axis is... right. So let's... Can we go in and can we go in and see... calibrate out here. So go into this. And I go into engines. So what is throttle engine? So do we have anything out here? Is this... throttle, crotch, increase, decrease, war emergency power. I want that. I don't have a clue what's going on here. Control axes. Oh, here we go. So do we have a throttle axis slider? I mean, that should be working technically, but we didn't land. I'm giving full throttle now. It doesn't sound like I'm doing that at all. Well, boy, that's ground. Shit. Okay, it is. It's going up there. So if we take that off here, can we then... Okay, it's just doing it really slowly now. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call this a success. And we will end the flight and we will try another one. And we do that by... cocking cock. Right, we're back on the runway at Gardermoen after a very successful landing. And we're about to take off, heading for Aarhus. Let's just build up the engines here. Let's see if this actually works. Oh, now they work properly down there. They were very slow before. So we should be building up the engines now. We're watching that gauge go up. And at some point we release the throttle, about now-ish, I suppose. Or release the brake, and we will fly down the runway. We'll zoom in a bit more here to about this. This is fine. As we build up the pressure, not really pressure, what about flaps? It's all the way up. Everything looks okay. Good. We will be taking off here in a moment. It is exactly the same weather as before, snowy. It's gotten a bit lighter because we've taken on more fuel. Look at all that beautiful fuel we have on board. Okay, now the plane actually wants to take off, so we will take off. We will increase that. Our gear has been stowed. Right. Yeah, that is stowed away now. Realise you can see that down there. The gear. So we will go ahead. We won't go that hard up, will we? Ice detected. Anti-ice. On. That'll hopefully go away soon. But we also need to do that one there. There we go. So ice has gone away from the wings. That's good. We're climbing. Let's try and steady out here so we don't, climb directly vertical. Let's also go ahead. Views. Bring up the GPS again. So we know where we're going. But we're going pretty much in this direction here. We've got MSG going on. Airspace inside. Let's just zoom out here so we can see the route. Yep, here. Over to Tor. And then boom, boom, boom. Over Aalborg. That is pretty much fine. Hold up. Why are we going that vertical? Okay. Let's try and steady out here. Right, plane. We can steady out. We're at 8,000 altitude. So what are you at right now? You're at altitude hold selector. So we're now at 100 feet. Let's try and tweak you a bit more than that. Way more, actually. Can you just keep climbing, please? Keep climbing. That is good. Here, we engage that. Engage autopilot speed. Okay, we need... Jesus! Boo boo. What are you bonking at? I haven't got a clue what's going on now. It doesn't sound good. Turn everything off. And build control over the aircraft once more, thank you. So let's be careful here. We're now through the clouds. Beautiful, nobody has to worry. Speed, what is that set at? Okay, we need to freeze track IR for this to work. Let's see here, what are you? Speed is... Oh god, now the bloody aircraft's moving. So can we engage that? Turn that off. Now you're just falling out of the fucking sky, mate. You've been given an assignment here. Can you please get to this altitude? Thank you. Meanwhile, we shall look into the speed. Okay, we're now climbing here. Okay, come on. We need the speed to work. Come on, then. I'll have a biscuit to try and calm my nerves. Yeah, I don't know if that worked, but certainly it tasted nice. Apparently I can't engage the speed autopilot. Don't know why. But we'll go ahead and we'll leave it with it here. We'll just have a look here. We're on the right path, so we will go ahead then and what heading are we currently going in? We are currently going in heading, do we have a sighting on that down here? At 200 and something, so we can try and tweak that here. We can actually see where it is, so let's bring it around. Whoopsies, hello, that was a bit too much, wasn't it? So that one right here, for example. Assign that, boom sheesh. Down here we need to actually get the altitude. I think the assignment said at about 10,000 feet, so we'll try and do that here. Try and level out at 10,000 feet. No, we want to go a bit higher than that. We want to clear this clouds. So we'll go up here to 14,000 feet. Speed we can't engage for some reason, don't know why. Just doesn't want to come on. Why is message flashing at me? Airspace near and ahead, yep, thank you. So we are heading from here, Norway, onto Aarhus, which is in Denmark, of course. Heading here, we're heading south, or we're heading west-southwest. This is the northern part of Denmark. Germany's down here. Coming in here, boom, 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 landing. Hopefully that'll work better this time round. We will go ahead and we will just try and hide you down here. We can just bring you up when needed. Again, I bring back control of track IR, and look at this. This is when I hope we would reach Norway, but better late than never, I suppose. Heading is okay, everything checks out here. No ice, no warnings about fuel, no nothing. Yeah, this all in all is going okay now. It was going okay. I will read off here. Speed, we can't engage that. Stop beeping. Thank you. Okay, we'll try and reset track IR so we get a bit more control over it and have a bit of a look-see around and see where we are currently at. I'll have another biscuit because I need to go through these quite quickly. Yeah, very cool. Very cool indeed. Now, the only issue here is this is actually showing the estimated time of arrival at the waypoint, I think. Although it shouldn't take that long to fly to Denmark, it's quite nearby. I do believe that the waypoint is what's showing up here, estimated time. I don't know if there's a way for me to see what that actually is. Here we can see we will be there in... when will we be there? We'll be there in 224 nautical miles. That's not that long. I'm guessing that's just the distance between each waypoint. And that is okay indeed. Yeah, nearest airspace, don't know what that means. Don't know what that is. That's just an overview of airport. It would be nice if it actually showed it to our final destination, but that's okay. We will work on that a bit later on, I suppose. Speed just doesn't work. Okay, so we'll disregard that speed, that just doesn't work, and just enjoy the beautiful sunrise that we have going on over Norway. Southern Norway to be precise. Not as pretty that way, the mountains are back that way. But the sun is rising in the east and setting in the west indeed. We are actually over water now. There should be water below. Don't know if we can actually see it. Oh yeah, we can see it over there. That should come under our aircraft, and that is actually approaching now. Would that be Skyhawk? Maybe it is. I think it should be. We're heading out here over the sea, going past this waypoint, heading down over here across northern Denmark. It's a lovely part of the world. And yeah, it's bloody pretty though, isn't it? Look at that. We've got an aircraft. We've got the sun rising. That is very appropriate. I mean, it's... Hang on, that's the wrong watch. So that's the local time. 8:47. That sounds about right. So yeah, it'd probably only get really light at around sort of 9 in the morning because the sun technically hasn't risen yet because we'd be able to see it. That's about right here. The shortest day of the year is on the 21st of December, which is like 2 minutes of sunlight. I mean, that's an over-exaggeration, but I can go... Oh, there's another airfield down there. But you can go on the interwebs. I can go on the interwebs and I can see, if I go onto the right website here, when it gets dark today, for example. It gets dark today, but the sun rises at 8:42 and it sets on the... no, it doesn't set on the day. Yeah, I can have a look here on the internet and see that the sun rises at 8:42 and it sets at 5... No, not 5. Yeah, I can have a look here on the internet and see that the sun rises at 8:42 in the morning and it sets at 15:44 in the afternoon. That's 3:44 PM. And it's not even the shortest day of the year yet. So it's going to get even shorter than that. And on a day like today outside where it is cloudy and it's raining, it sort of just feels like it doesn't get light at all. It's actually not that bad today, but usually if there can be like a big heavy cloud layer, it's pretty fucking bad here. We got the wheels up, we've got everything sort of sorted out. Yeah, that's alright. What's the spoiler on? Don't know, sounds cool. Sounds like something that belongs on a race car, but whatever. The plane is okay. Yeah, we got the fjord down below. And we've got the open sea ahead of us. Oh, bugger me, that was my phone. I'll have a look at that. Might as well do that whilst we are here. And not really doing much. Yeah, this sort of seems like I'm kind of pointless in this part of the program. Oh, here, let's see what you set at. You're set over here to 1. Engage heading. Okay, you're actually changing the heading a bit. So tweak you a bit there, thank you kindly. We're heading towards that waypoint. I can go ahead here and have a look and see what it was. It was spam emails, of course it was. What else would it be? Oh no, hang on, that's the wrong one. That's the emergency phone call app. Yep. not a terrible lot to do here. Just sort of, you know, chilling out, relaxing, maxing all cool over the Norwegian fjords at southern Norway. Oh, hello, speed. Things working now. That's lovely. We'll go ahead and we'll reduce the speed a bit on it. That way I'm in no way in control of anything in this aircraft. And I feel a lot more comfortable with that. We'll set it at about where it is now. That's actually fine. So we're coming up here to the first waypoint. There'll be absolutely nothing visual for us over here. We'll just have to try and correct the course a bit after this. And that will be in 8 nautical miles in 1 minute. Shortly after that, we will pass over the sea for a short trip over to Denmark. And okay, we're zooming in quite far there. Yeah, really, zooming out quite far there by accident. But yeah, this really isn't far at all. We can pretty much see it over here. I don't know if we can actually see Denmark in... Oh, hello. I don't know if we can actually see Denmark over there. No, we can't because there's clouds in the way. That's fair enough. We will just zoom out a wee bit here and try and observe. I think we're at that waypoint now, so we will try and correct the heading to about south. That's 180, so we want to be 185. That's about right where we are now. Bank it around, follow it down here. See the last bit of Norway. As the sun rises in the east, we can see it to our left. And it is beautiful, isn't it? You see all the lovely little villages and businesses and all of that going on? All getting up here. Children are excited for tonight. They're ready for the pressies, ready for everything. Ready for the Christmas tree, ready for the lovely food. Oh, I know that feeling as a child. You just can't wait for it to get evening and you can get your presents yet. And that, don't understand that about like other places in the world where you celebrate it on the 25th. As a child, I couldn't have waited until the 25th. I would have been too excited. We do it on the evening of the 24th, and that makes a lot more sense because it's in the evening and that's when you have a lovely time with your family and that. Not in the morning where you just wake up, you rush down and you get your presents and that's it. No, the whole day sort of builds to, you know, the presents and that. It culminates on that for the children. It really is a lot better, I think, to do it in the evening than in the morning. Certainly it's a lot more nice because you go in there, we have good pork roast for dinner, which is the best thing in the world. Absolutely love a good pork roast on Christmas. It's the only thing I would accept on Christmas Eve. And yep, just really looking forward to it this year. It's going to be delicious. I'm going to eat far too much food so that my stomach hurts. But really, that's just part of Christmas. And then there'll be like, you know, Christmas cookies and cake and all of that sort of stuff in the evening as well. And then, like, I feel like a bastard for eating too much, but it's just so good. It's just so good, I just can't stop eating. And I don't think anybody minds, really. I mean, it takes a lot of time to cook it, like, starts in, like, the morning to start preparing the food. So I suppose it's only fair that I eat, like, ridiculously a lot amount of food in it. What about... Oh, the sun hasn't really fully risen yet, but what time is it? It should be about now that the sun rises, and I think it might have... What are those lights down there? Oh, hello. Oh, hello. There were some lights that I saw. Or I didn't see. Did I not see lights over there? Or did they cheekily... Oh, I see lights over there. Yeah, there is a bit of wee lighting going on over there, but it sort of disappears when we get close. Altitude at the moment is 13,000 feet. When we want to drop that a bit, it's about 10,000. I think that's what we were told. Oh no, we decided to go a bit higher because of the cloud cover. I remember now. So we shall reduce... What shall we... We will reduce this here to about 13,000, shall we? That way we don't go too high. Surprisingly, not a lot of ships about on Christmas Eve. Who'd have thought it? So we'll carry on here towards Denmark over this bit of ocean here. We can actually speed up time a little bit, ×2. Yeah, it's just getting more and more beautiful as the minutes tick by. Sun is slowly rising and it's just pretty. A lovely little landscape up here in the sky with a cloud. Hang on, is that land over there or is that just a cloud? Because oh yeah, we can. I suppose we can see parts of Norway over there. That's okay indeed. So is everybody looking forward to Formula 1 next year with the billion different tyres they're having? Oh yeah, that is that's interesting, isn't it? I'm not 100% sure that's going to work out well, but we will see. I will gladly be proven wrong on that. But just a bit weird, that's all. Also a bit weird that they've decided to get rid of Malaysia and not Abu Dhabi, because that's a dreadful circuit. Christ, every year they turn up there at the season finale, it's just dull as all crap. Don't know why they bother going there. I'd just rather be without it, because it's just a massive letdown every year. Certainly you don't feel like you're missing anything in the winter months when there's no Grand Prix, because the last one is so bloody dull. Oh, look at that over there, look at that beautiful sun. It's just peering over the water. Yeah, look at that, that's pretty. I mean, the clouds, not so much, because that one over there looks like it's just maxed out on like a PNG or something and it's just been cut off. But hey, we can't win them all, can we? Certainly the sun. I mean, this is at the point where we should have reached Norway, where we would have seen the mountains, and that would have been beautiful. Anyway, we are approaching Denmark quite quickly. We can probably... Can we see it over here? If we use our simulator eyes, we may be able to see it through... Oh, hello. I think we can see some land down there. I think right over there we can see... No, maybe that's just a cloud. Oh, maybe that... Is that land? Is it land or is it a cloud? Find out next on whatever network uses these things, because I don't really watch television, which I don't. Like usually around Christmas I watch a bit more telly, usually in the sort of consistence of Die Hard, 1, 2 and 3, all of the films, and yeah, that's about it really. Just because I'm, full. But last year they didn't show any of the Die Hard films, I think. So I had to find another way of watching it, which was really annoying. I was hoping they'd show them on telly, and they didn't, which really annoys me. I like Die Hard. It's the only films I watch in the year. I also watch Love Actually, which admittedly is a bit different from Die Hard, but it's no less bad. It's pretty good, actually. It's in the name. Apparently that was meant to be a lot longer than it ever was. Apparently they did a table read, or like a cast read of it, where all the cast came together and they read the whole script. Presumably only the major roles did that, and they realised at that reading that it was far too long, so they had to cut quite a bit of it out, which explains why some of the stuff hasn't been explained so well in the film, which is a bit weird. The bloke who plays that bloke in The Walking Dead, he's in it, which is a bit weird. He's talking with a British accent because he's British, which is really weird if you've seen him in that. It's like seeing, what was his name? Hugh Laurie. He's also English, and he was in House for many years, where he talked with an American accent, which is just bizarre to hear. But, yeah. So that's, where was that? Oh yeah, he was in that one out there, and he was in love with Keira Knightley, who got married to some bloke. What are we doing? What's going on? Okay. What have you decided to do here? I'm going to try and just interfere here. Heading, please. Thank you. Heading. Please, heading towards... I mean, I may have overcorrected here, so let's try and do this. Did we hit a waypoint, which the game really got confused about? I think we did. We need to go back due south. There's about 180, so let's try and set it at 180. Yeah, the cabin crew would like to apologise for that slight inconvenience of the turbulence here. Well, we just had a bit of a technical problem. You got to do those pilot announcements. You just got to do it. Got to get really close. Got to get really close and really peaky on the audio. That's what they do. It's what they do. This is like watching someone play Desert Bus, though, at least for me. Because I'm just doing this. I just press that there. Otherwise, I'm just not doing anything with my hands. I'm not even touching the controller right now. I'm just resting them on the table. This is weird, though. This is the least involved form of simulation, perhaps apart from Train Simulator, that you can get. At least with the trucking and, the busing and the midsummer carring, at least you're involved in actually driving a vehicle. On the ground, you have to steer them. You have to sometimes brake. But you can do the cruise control. Even if they added in lane keep assist, that's only meant to keep you in the lane. It will complain if you take the hands off the wheel, or even if you get a bit loose on the input after a while. So even that just requires more input, which is a bit weird. You'd think that it'd be more exciting to fly a plane than it is to drive a lorry, but I don't think so. And I know it's like, the other way around, where Flight simulator people go, oh, well, why would you want to drive a truck? It's just really slow and it's not very... But it's more fun. It's more involved than this. I'm just sitting here, just trying now to fill out time doing absolutely nothing at all. I could open up a browser and play GeoGuessr, and you wouldn't be none the wiser. Although I can't do it in game because I think pausing it, if I do this, right? It doesn't, so in order to fill out time, we're going to play GeoGuessr. Yes, we are. GeoGuessr.com, I think it is. Single player, please. We can extend it out here. Just got to have a bit of an eye on what's going on. Go away, adverts. We don't like it. What that just means we're putting this window at the bottom, so we're not advertising stuff. Where in the world are we? We're probably in America. Hang on, we need to correct the course. I can see that. Heading just a bit more towards over there. Yeah, that would be about right, I think. Oh no, we just need to due south. So if we just give it a couple of knocks here, we're now heading due south, 180 degrees. That is pretty though. Oh, we got another plane. Oh, can we see that plane, or is it too far away to see it? Oh, is it? There it is. No visual on that plane. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. Another one up there. Anybody near us? Don't think so. We certainly can't see them. So let's go ahead and open up GeoGuessr again. And we're here. We're in probably North America, I would suggest. Oh, it's not liking this. It's not as smooth as I would have liked, but okay. Yeah, we haven't seen a flag yet. That is usually a dead giveaway that you are in America. Let's just lock the field of view. No, let's not bother with locking that. Yeah, if anybody here has a flag in front of their house, we'll know for sure that we're in America because they do that everywhere. So what does that say over there? We can't really see what that says, and I can't be bothered to go back. Moreover, we need a city name rather than a street name. Also, why is everything so open? I don't understand why everything has to be so open. Do we not know about hedges? Or fences? Like, you don't really bother with that, do you? You just go, well, okay, we don't care about privacy at all. No. Over here, all of this would be like hedged in and all of that, just to try and not have everybody looking into them. And that's a dead end. Return to start, please. Let's not go that way then. Let's turn it around. I will give him, though, it looks like a really pretty place to live. Oh, there's a flag. There was a flag, right? And that is the American flag, because I can see a bit of blue on it. Let's go back to the plane and see how we're doing it. Oh my goodness me. Look at this down here. This is Denmark down below, which doesn't really look like that, but you know, it's fair enough. Sun has risen up into the sky. We're flying here. We're nearing a checkpoint here near Aalborg. We need to be careful that it doesn't go completely wrong. Actually, we'll be there in about 6 minutes, and that's fine. We can carry on here. So we know we're in America. And we've got loads of campers over there. Oh, it's a caravan park. That's okay. Where are we going to go to? Like a big junction or something where there's like a city name or anything on it that we can go by, or state? Although I'm guessing we're not in Florida. I think we can rule out Florida, Louisiana, all of those down there. Even think we can rule out Arkansas. What's that down here? What was that vehicle over there? Oh, it's a Ford Fusion, which is not a Fusion in the rest of the world, but that's a different story for another day. Okay, no junction at all, are we? Or are we coming down here? Come on, junction, please. Oh, hello. No, nope, just a gravel road, not good enough. We need a tarmac junction. Also, you have to take your bins out quite a way, don't you? Christ. It's like you need to go into a different postcode. You might as well go and deliver it at the local recycling. Okay, hello, summer come. That was quick. What does that say here? It says something about a stadium. It says... Can't see that. Let's go back. That one's blocked off there. Blurred or whatever. Transfer station. Okay, oh, we got a big sign down here. That's good. I like big signs. We got a cattle grid on there. I don't know. Are they actually efficient? So we've got Prescott and Ash Fork. Let's go back into the aircraft, if I can get the buttons right. Oh yeah, this is nice. This is actually quite alright, isn't it? You got the sun rising on the top of the clouds, the beautiful sky, everything's beautiful. We're all enjoying this, aren't we? Oh, yes, we are. We're approaching Denmark, or Aalborg Airport, which actually has an airport. Not the biggest one, it's actually also an airbase, which is a bit weird, but whatever. And then we'll be approaching a waypoint at Randers, I think that is. And then we'll go on to Tierstrup, which technically isn't Aarhus, because Aarhus is located about here. But for the purposes of, travel, it's called Aarhus Airport, even though it's out there. It's about 40 minutes from Aarhus, actually. But, that's like calling London Luton Airport, or Stansted, London Stansted. They're nowhere near the city, nor is Gatwick, really. But, sometimes that's just nice. Copenhagen is a bit better, because that is located... Well, Copenhagen is located over here, and it's not really appropriate for seeing. But that airport is right out here on that tip, even though Copenhagen is slightly further in. But it's closer to Copenhagen than Aarhus Airport is to Aarhus. And that is fine. So we do have a waypoint on Aarhus Airport. And now we're being changed over to a waypoint called Radis. In 7 minutes we'll be there. A bit shorter than that because we are on double speed. We'll go ahead and we'll look here in America, meanwhile, for Ash Fork and Prescott. I'm guessing we could be somewhere up here in... which way do we need to go? Minnesota. We could start with that. See, do we see Prescott? We've got Brainerd. That's cool. Detroit, Lake Fergus Falls. What about South Dakota? Murdo, Millbridge, Wall. No, Winner. That's a cool place to live. Oh, Christ. Yeah, that is a nice place to live. Ash Fork and Prescott. Is it up here? I'm guessing it's not. We've got Grand Forks, Grafton, Rugby. Okay, we've got Minot or Mino. Fairview. We're looking for Prescott and Ash Fork. Roundup. Is that what that pesticide is named after? Might be. Okay, let's try and go down here. Guessing it's in this sort of the part of the area. It could be here in Wyoming. Of course, nobody actually lives in Wyoming. It's just a place that exists for no good reason. What about over here? Now, we tried South Dakota. What about down here? Scottsbluff, Nebraska. That's another place very similar. Very few people live here. Just a few more. No. Iowa. I mean, that's just made up. Kansas, Topeka. It's been on COP, some of these places, so I know they exist. Dodge City, love Dodge City. Love that name, just love that city. What about Junction City? Is that also in here? Where is Junction City? I need to find Junction City. I love Junction City. No, that's Johnson, not Junction. Yeah, those were cool operations in the Vietnam War. I just like the sound of them. I hope they'll be in American Truck Simulator when we get over there. Now we're in Colorado. Are we down here? No, it doesn't seem right, does it? Hang on, where are we? Oh, hello, plane sort of closest to us. What plane is this? We can't see it, we can just see some orbs in the air. That's okay. Clouds are getting thicker. Clouds are getting thicker indeed. We've got several aircraft in the sky above. Some of these people are probably also going to Christmas somewhere. We might have brought one or two of them on the plane. And back here, though, we need to try and get a bit more information, I think, before we try and look. But there's Why is this called Arkansas? It's just wrong. It's Arkansas. Where's Kansas? Where did we have Kansas? There's Missouri? No, Kentucky. Where's Kansas? See, this is Kansas. This is Arkansas. If this is Arkansas, that is correctly, as I heard somebody talked about a while ago, is Kansas up there. That is just what it is. I mean, is it down here? Where is another email? Christ. Jefferson City. No. Okay, yeah, let's try and go back over here and try and see if we can't get any more. Hang on, actually. We have Minnesota as well, to Montana. Where is Minnesota? No, that's Minnesota. It was Montana that I was thinking about. Have we checked this out here? Fort Benton. Nope. Ash Fork. It just sounds like a place you'd find somewhere around here, wouldn't it? It sounds like somewhere they would do the Wild Wild West thing. But apparently not. So let's try and go on a hunt for wherever we are. And where do we think we can find that a bit easier? Laguna TR, probably Terrace. Any more signs? Anything here that can help us? Hello, in there? Big Chino Road. Now, not really cool name, is it? Anything down here that can help us? We've got a rail down, so it's a place where they've got rail. Oh, that's not really helping, is it? 45 miles an hour because people are walking. Or is that the speed limit for walkers? Anybody out here? Any like a state police car or anything like that can help us out? No, we may have to come back to this one in just a second. United States Post Office. Holden.az, but we need to just quickly have a look here where we are. Yeah, we're doing pretty well. So we're in Arizona, apparently. Didn't expect that. Prescott. I should have realised that because Prescott is down there, innit? So let's go down here to Arizona. So can we find Prescott? Probably around here, I will guess. Prescott, Chino Valley. That's Prescott Valley. So do we have Ash Fork in the area? Would it be around here? I'm guessing it's around here. There's Prescott. Chino Valley. Where's Ash Fork? There's Ash Fork. So we're somewhere along this route. So where's Big Chino Drive? Is this one of these? Outer Loop Road. Do we have Big Chino Drive? Big Chino Drive? Centre, Big Chino Drive. Big Chino Drive? Del Rio, Buffalo Run Road, Frontier Road. Little Ranch Road. What's that road called here? Rolling Hills Road. Midway Drive, Polden. Big Chino Road. This is the road we were on. I don't know which way it went off, so we're going to prop it down here and see how close we got. 2 miles off. That's a shame, innit? Oh, fuck me. We're down in Oz. Well, that's just going to be a guess because there's nothing ever in Australia, is there? So make a guess here. Close enough. It's Australia. Meet Russian ladies. No, thank you. Okay, do we need to pay attention to the aircraft just yet? No, we don't. This could be many places, but I'm guessing either Norway or Sweden. Or Germany, perhaps. Or Finland. Let's find out here with this roads on. That should give us a pretty good indication of where we are. Probably more Poland-ish. Jesus, this is a bit... Hello, closer please. Or the Czech Republic, perhaps. Let's see, can we find Pilsen somewhere around here? We can try and go in here. Would that be where Pilsner comes from? That's somewhere in this area, isn't it? Oh, where is that? That's probably... I mean, some of this is difficult to pronounce. I don't even think they can pronounce it. We need to pay attention to the flight soon. Actually, I think we need to do that nowish. Nowish. Okay, wrong button. That was shift. I mean, this is sort of okay. Let's just try and stay with it until we've reached Aarhus. This waypoint, which one are we locked onto here? Is that one or this one? I don't know. But we are flying, approaching Aalborg right about now. Next waypoint is 26 nautical miles away. Do we see anything interesting down here? There should be roads. I don't know how appropriately they've mapped it out, if this is actually correct in terms of the roads. But once we get near Aarhus, I will be able to give you a fairly decent review on that. I've been to that airport a couple of times. Actually, I went there twice earlier this year to pick up somebody. Or to get somebody to the airport and pick them up when they had returned actually from America. Oh yeah, they went to, surprisingly, Chicago. Not a place I would go, but they didn't really have much of a choice. It was a work thing they had to do, which is unfortunate for them. Oh, we got a bridge down there. So is that a bridge in... Hang on, is that an actual bridge? Is there a bridge-ish thing going on there? I think there's a bridge thing going on there. We're getting into clouds now. Let's just try and zoom out here and have a look-see about. Can we flip down the sun visor? Minus point for simulation for not allowing me to flip down the sun visor. I like to do that. Can we speed up a bit, perhaps? Because we're just sort of dragging this out now. So speed it up a wee bit here. We are arriving at 9:39. Presumably at the is that the airport? We're getting there at that time. That seems a bit quick, given that we haven't really updated our position at the moment. By the way, what does the plane look like now that it is sunlight? Oh yeah, and I can move my controller around and it's just pitching just tiny a bit here. So this is the plane we're flying. It's just a plane, innit? It's a fucking LearJet. That means we're now viewing it from the back. And we're now back in the cockpit where we belong. Let's just open up here the GPS again, thank you kindly. Pardon me. Where are we? Zoom out, please. Oh, you git, you broken. Okay. Heading. Cock that. Well, you've broken, we've gone way south now. Way south down here. We are now way south because that had apparently frozen because I probably did this steam overlay thing, yeah. So let's head up here, head north. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay. Let's try and level out here. Let's try and continue, get the heading set up for sort of due northish. Hey, can you please just turn that one? Keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. We need to get this one to 0. We need to get this one to 0. Come on. There we go. That's a bit quicker. Oh, hello. We went too far. We can get it to the right point here. We just need to get to 0. 0, please. Oh, hello. There we go. 0. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Heading, please. All 360. That's okay as well. I'll grab some Christmas snackery while we continue northbound. Right, we are approaching our turning point here, and we will go ahead and we will take off the heading guide and we will bring it around here. We may want to bring up the radio and try and see if we can get in touch with nearest airport. And we go with Aarhus, tune to Aarhus Tower, request a full stop landing, fly left downwind runway 28T altimeter. Okay, so we are being told to fly left downwind. Okay, acknowledge. Yeah, I have no idea what any of that means, but we'll go ahead and we'll follow it. Whoopsies. I think I will go ahead and I will assume control over everything right now. So that will beep at me. We'll close this down here and we will now try and see if we can't see anything. Zoom in onto the range. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. So here we will continue, try and hit a bit more northeast from where we are now. We will pull this away over here in the corner. And I don't know if this will be the end, but my voice is going and my throat is hurting pretty poorly now. Which I think is okay considering I've been going for more than 2 hours. I think we're actually approaching more than 3 hours. I need to check the recorded. I've sort of lost track of time entirely. But yeah. We need to do a bit different approach out here. I have learnt my lesson. So we need to bring it over here and try and get a good decent land going. So if we head over here slightly further outwards so we can actually reduce speed. Let's try and have a look down here. Yeah, now it's actually going down at a fairly decent rate, that controller. That wasn't going when we were trying to land at Oslo. So now we should be able to bring this around. Try and maintain here and see where we are. We're trying now to scrape off altitude. And some of the other business as well. Let's see here, can we just bring it out here and try and reduce altitude? What are we at now? Oh god, we are at 11,000 feet. We need that to go down a lot. We actually need to reduce our sim speed as well to relatively normal. Thank you kindly, that'll give us a bit more chance to interfere here. We can't see anything right now because we've got the bloody great clouds in the way. But we do know that we need to be heading east from where we are now to get to the airport itself, and we can actually see the airport down there. So let's try and reduce this here. We may actually want to try and reduce the flaps down here to... pardon? Gear? What? What's it saying about gear? Okay, let's... Can we please bring that... Please bring it back up again then. I think I may have done that at too high speed. That's a ground. That's ground. Let's not be looking at the ground. Overspeed. I'm not even giving throttle. I'm not joking. Look at that. The throttle is off. Shut up. Shut up, you whiny bastard. So we should have the airport coming up onto our nose. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Can we see that airport? I think I can. We may be a bit wrong off here. Can we then try and bring out the flaps a bit to help reduce speed? I think I can see it right over there. It's sort of in the middle-ish of the frame. And we need to be careful about the speed because I don't want to completely lose speed here. But I don't want to also increase my speed. So let me try and extend flaps out a bit. They do help to slow down. The landing runway place should be to R. Okay, no, I'm looking at the wrong place, am I? Where is it? Can I see it? Okay, we need to speed up here because we're actually quite far down. Too far down for this airport. We can see aircrafts up there. Stop talking to me about sinking, mate. Stop talking to me. Shut up.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Where is he?
Don't sink.
Oh, there's the runway. I can see it now. Good.
Don't sink.
So let's apply power. Try and bring up the flaps a bit. Whoa, hello. Well, we got lots of steering input here. This is too far out. So we're now trying out here to control this. Try and reduce. Why are you moaning to me? Right, okay, we'll take the throttle off completely. Let's try and... Okay, now it's complaining about having flaps engaged. So please reduce the speed. Okay, he doesn't like it when the flaps are extended at this speed. But I'm hoping that we're going to see a decrease in speed. Now I'm actually pulling up here, so this should actually help us out. Oh boy.
Sink rate.
Sink rate. Wind your neck in, cunt. Wind your neck in. Can we extend the flaps a bit? No, we can't. You're complaining about that, but you know. So just detach that. Come on. I mean, you need to just slow the aircraft down here. I mean, at what speed can we deploy flaps? And if we can't deploy flaps here, what can we do? Whatever.
Sink rate.
Where's the mouse?
Pull up.
Okay, you're quite persistent at your moaning, aren't you?
Pull up.
What about now? No? Okay, why are you moaning about this? We need to land on that runway, you know. So could you get on with the program, please, aircraft? Of reducing speed. Deploy flaps. Stop moaning. I'm not too low. I'm coming in for land. Deploying gear as well. We'll just have to deal with this noise.
Don't sink.
We're coming in a bit low. We might actually be going too slow now.
Don't sink.
Okay, now it's not complaining anymore, so I'm happy. I'm happy. We can go ahead and give a bit more throttle because we're coming in low.
Don't sink.
Oh, we're going through this.
Don't sink.
Oh, God. That's low. Brake, 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 brake. Brake, brake, brake. We are applying brakes. This is working better this time. The aircraft is not wanting to take off again after we've gotten down, so I'm going to call this one successful for a third landing, I think this is in this game, ever in a flight simulator. So we'll go out and we'll taxi to parking as we come to a stop right about here. Stop, 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 stop. Thank you very much. So we made it to Aarhus. Part 2 has been wrapped up.